Gone to wait. Went to Walmart. I'm trying not to eat all my snacks. Okay, I'm here. Sorry, guys. We had a production meeting. I think Dustin Blue and maybe Claudia be on time. It'd be Carlos that's late. Whatever. That is not true. Okay. We all get in around the same time, which is funny. Okay. My Norway Raindrops, how's it going? We have 1,000 people in the chat already. Thank you all for joining. Definitely Black owned, not the CP time. Y'all are hilarious. Okay. So first of all, we got a jam-packed show tonight. We got hot topics. We got Belle Collective. Hey Nathaniel. We have Love and Marriage Huntsville Part 2 reunion. And we also have, of course, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. So much to get into with that one. So much to get into. Hope you all had a good weekend. I had a great weekend. I was in Atlanta working. We taped the Belle Collective reunion last week. Can't wait for you guys to see that one. The bells were ringing. Okay. And then I interviewed somebody, and that interview is dropping tomorrow. So I'm dropping an interview tomorrow at noon. We'll get into that later because I love it when Claudia, Dustin, and Blue guess because they're 99% right all the time. So we'll see what happens. So you'll see that. And then the next one. The Knicks won the championship. Now, yes, I am a Michigander. Thank you, DJ. Oh, DJ, that picture. Hold on. Keep that picture up. DJ, the Truth TV. Okay, DJ, how truthful are you? All right. So the thing is this. All right, so check this out. The thing is, y'all know I used to live in New York City, so I feel like I'm a New Yorker as well. So I was actually able to go to like a New York Knicks thing that occurred over the weekend, and it was nice to be amongst the Knicks fans. Are y'all guessing who I interviewed already? Wait till Claudia, Dustin, and Blue get on. And you have to stay until the end because I'll drop hints. Okay. So, what else happened? So the Knicks won, and I'm so happy. Shout out to Josh Hart. He wasn't MVP at the game, but baby, that TV screen was very MVP-ish. All right, so shout out to the Knicks. I'm happy they won. If you are in New York this Thursday, they're having a parade. Make sure you guys go out and support that they won a game. And shout out to Charles Oakley and Angela Oakley for going to the game because urban legend has it, as you all know, that unfortunately, Charles Oakley is banned from Madison Square Garden for a fight, all those things. We'll get into that later. But congratulations to Mr. Oakley and to Angela, who do be in the rooms. And yes, I'm a big basketball fan. I love basketball. It's my favorite sport. So yes, shout out to the Oakleys. All right. We got a jam-packed show, so let's give it up for Dustin, Claudia, and Blue.
What's up, Los? What's up, Raindrops?
What's up, everybody?
Go Knicks! Yeah. Knicks in 5.
So happy about that. That's my second team.
That's right. New York was on fire this weekend. It was so much fun. So much fun. Shout out to my boy, Dr. Desmond Sutton. Hosted an incredible watch party. I was up on the 67th floor, I think, watching that shit with a DJ playing the best music. Yeah, 6'7". Yeah,
That's
6'7".
a floor in a building where he lives.
I don't know. That's where I was at. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Oh.
the rest of the story, I was not written by me. Okay.
To live on the 67th floor, you in New York City, Claudia.
You
Yeah.
got money.
Yeah.
You got money.
Yes.
It was a beautiful, beautiful event. So yeah, but New York, the energy was on fire that night. It was so much fun. I was right in the middle of it all, so I had a good time.
I want to come to the party that they have. I was thinking about it. Like, I know the parade is Thursday, but I want to go wherever party Remy is at. Rap.
Yes.
Like, I need to be at that party. Like, I really want to come to that and just be up in there. Like 53 years in the making, no championship since 1973, the year I was born.
Yep.
Years of Knicks.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
That's the same age as hip hop as well.
Yeah, it is.
So New York, right? Shout out to the Knicks.
Busta Rhymes took credit for the win too because of that.
Did he really?
I'm wearing blue and orange today. You can't tell, but I'm wearing Knicks colors on my eyeshadow as a little shout out.
Yeah.
In California, I love y'all.
Go ahead, represent. Okay, so Dustin, that was your weekend. So you was watching the game, but did you end the night playing with balls or just watching it?
You know what?
Even though I look athletic, I wasn't on the court that night. Okay. I wasn't on the court that night, but I had a beautiful weekend. And then also shout out to the layout in Brooklyn. The layout was incredible at Fort Greene Park on Sunday. Beautiful black people out feeling good in Brooklyn. Shout out to the beautiful and incredible Monroe Steele. She was in the building. So many people, so much love for Monday Night Live. All three of y'all. I'm telling them what y'all told me to tell them now. Okay. They said hi. And they said they love Monday Night Live. Ran into some raindrops. So
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Someone said, I know Diddy's mad. The Knicks finally won the championship and he's stuck in jail.
Not after that tape got released. He's probably where he needs to be. That recent tape, for those who know what I'm talking about.
I didn't. Oh, the one with his little penis?
Claudia, we were trying to have innuendos.
Is Claudia Jordan talking about Blue?
I don't do that. Blue.
I had a whole list of.
I do 0 or 100.
A cup of love.
No, I don't do middle grounds. His penis will look like a shrimp cocktail, but hold the cock. It was like very petite. That's how men act that have little penises. Like most of the tyrants in history, where they've been known to have micro penises or deformed ones. Donald Trump, they say, is a very small mushroom. Hitler. Harvey Weinstein is very deformed. It's like a mass. And then they also say Elon Musk allegedly had a botched penile enlargement surgery. But you can tell from his build that he wasn't really working with much. Like probably one of our clits are bigger than his penises. So
well, you know, the clits are the beginning of a penis. So that tracks. Yeah.
Well, there's never developed.
Clits, and then some keep going and some
never come to fruition.
I met a lesbian who had a halfway though. Like let me stop. Sorry.
Halfway what?
I just realized I said that out loud.
Wait, a lesbian that had a halfway.
Well, her being a lesbian is how I found out. That's for context, not for character. But like, some women, their clitorises grow really large before God says, "Actually, I'm gonna keep you a girl and not a man," and then they just stuck with a.
Yeah.
It happens. It's a whole kink. People love it. I'm not people, but people love
That's
it.
the superwoman Karen White was talking about.
Okay. Yo. Okay.
I don't know.
The kind of girl. Okay.
I'm not gonna make it Dustin.
I'm not sure when Kenneth Babyface Edmonds wrote Superwoman, he was talking about super.
Yeah, I don't.
There's really large. I mean, look, the clitoris is meant for pleasure, so I would like to think those people, even though they're visually not like the rest of us, that they have more pleasure, and that's how God makes it up for them.
All right. So,
the more you know.
Yeah.
Let's get to your weekend, Blue. What did you do?
Well, you know what happened. I checked myself into a resort in Beverly Hills thinking I was going to have a staycation. And two really rich white men who were coked out got into a street fight outside my window. So I had to check. This could only happen to me.
And you ain't sent us the video yet?
I was scared. Yo, he was brawling. He beat up somebody. The cops came. He somehow got away from the cops. Was back outside the window screaming. They couldn't kill this man. His name was Bob, and then he drove off in a sports car. No, I have a theory. There's a level of rich white that is so rich white, it's nigga shit. It's like a full circle. You get so rich and so white, you really don't care anymore, and it becomes N-word shenanigans.
So a white YN? No, a white old N.
Yeah, a white YN is a great way. I left early.
No.
Bob, his name was Bob. Yeah, it was a lot.
I mean, how
It wasn't
unapologetic.
relaxing. Okay.
It wasn't relaxing, and the Knicks winning also made me feel like I need a boyfriend.
Well, me and Dustin are gonna take a road trip soon. I was inspired by Dustin's tweet yesterday, and
What
you can come with us. You too, Claudia.
What tweet?
Man, what are we doing?
It was Claudia. It was like a video.
Oh, I'll have to go look at that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so y'all don't have enough links to the group chat. The group chat is underutilized.
I know we have to use it more, but the thing is this: it was a video, so just know we're on a what's the word, Dustin?
Are y'all taking something on the road? Are y'all looking for something on the road? Is it like
we're always looking for something, Claudia.
a road trip? Yeah.
We
I
always
told you,
What happened
Carlos.
to the man in the mirror, Carlos? What happened to the man in the mirror?
Carlos has been in heat for the better part of the last 6 months, I believe. He started in late winter. He started going in the heat because before he was the demure one that didn't want to talk about much, and he was the one that was like gagged all the time, and now he's gagged in a different way. Before he was the one that would almost like look like me and Dustin would be wilding out about stuff.
Claudia,
and he would be like,
I'm not the one doing the gagging.
Okay, so Claudia, the version of him you're talking about, I ain't never met. I've met this, whatever this is. It's what I've got in the custom.
No, he was the one that was like almost like he was network and we was satellite. And I was like, okay, we gotta tone it down. And then all of a sudden now he's the one that's like just throwing it out there.
He's bloomed. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's bloomed.
Trying to spread that seed.
Anyways, Blue, me and Dustin will help you look for a boyfriend. Let us know your type.
A strong back, good credit. I don't really care about height, but I do care about hygiene.
Very important.
He has to have a 6 or a 7 in front of his credit score number.
A 6? A 7, baby. No.
7, at least 7.
I'm not doing okay. I do community service everywhere else. In my relationship, I need us to be
okay.
I'm not trying to be the big mama, the breadwinner. No.
Big money, all that nonsense they be saying. Oh, I see.
Big money? You say big money, my vagina gets dry. All I hear is dependent on my taxes. No, I ain't got no big money. I ain't got nothing, chief. But he also has to like being Little Spoon, though. I like men who can have tender Little Spoon moments.
You do. Okay.
I feel like Carlos be Little Spoon sometimes.
I be what?
Little Spoon.
What's that?
The Little Spoon
versus Little Spoon when you're hugging in the bed.
I do. Yeah, I do that.
No, no. Sometimes you're Little Spoon. Sometimes they're behind you. No, they don't hold you. You've never been Little Spoon?
Oh, I have, but I'm in my second bloom, like Dustin said.
That
was before he had his company.
Carlos,
oh, now it's big spoons only. Got it, Dustin. Thank
Carlos
you.
like to make it very clear he's not doing the bending. Okay.
Claudia, ain't nobody said anything.
Why would you ask me a question like that?
Little Spoon.
So Carlos like, watch it, not too much blue.
But all the men on Joe Budden said they like being Little Spoon. So this is not a thing of like even the most macho man.
Oh no, it has nothing to do with that. No. You know how like Dustin, I want to Dustin like this. You know how like you when you're in a season of life, there's just certain things you like that you may not have years ago.
Yeah, my body, my choice.
Oh,
my body, his choice. So
that's right.
Claudia, how was your weekend?
It was work, no fun, no, just all work. Well, a little bit of fun. I was in DC and I hosted the Women's Songwriters Hall of Fame. It was an award show they have yearly, and they honored Melissa Morgan, who sounded amazing, and also Bunny DeBarge sang, and they both sounded really good. It was It was fun. And then I went out. I ran into Al Reynolds. It was his birthday. So I bought him a drink and I said, let's have a truce. And I shook his hand. And then I put on my Instagram and then we sent it to Funky Dineva. And then he was so happy. And then the next day I'm in Atlanta hosting the
No. I'm sorry, not to be a journalist or whatever. So did you and Al have a real conversation?
No, it was his birthday and the drinks were flowing. It was Al parties. And you can't, but his friend was trying to like be like the person, y'all need to talk. I'm like, what I'm not doing right now is having a conversation. Like it was a good first step. That's, it was just cool to do that. And then 24 hours later, I'm in Atlanta hosting the Snoop and For Love reunion. So Snoop has a reality show, not Snoop from The Wire. Snoop, the businesswoman in Atlanta that has a restaurant for 2 Chainz, had this reality show and they had a reunion. And the show happened a while ago, so it was a little late, but she's friends with Funky, then Funky stops by the set. So just like
that's cool.
I saw them both within 24 hours. So it was like crazy. It was like, I haven't seen them in years. So it was cool. I posted it and people were definitely in my DMs like happy about seeing that. So I am definitely been in a season of like, I love when you can like tie up loose ends or squash things. Me and Funky Ben squash whatever. And we're
shout out Funky Dineva, my brother.
He's killing it.
And he's cancer free.
Yes, he's cancer free, and that is amazing. He was nervous at first, and I'm glad they caught it early. And I like he's using his platform to encourage men and women to get tested, get checked. So And then I got stuck in Atlanta all night, and I flew back. I've had 4 hours of sleep the last 48 hours. So yes.
Well, you look good, baby. Know that. Listen,
it's a filter.
Thank goodness you're naturally pretty because. What's getting ugly, Claudia, is Tyra Banks is suing Netflix.
Come on, segue.
That was okay.
That was nice. That was cute. I like that.
I'm here all night, Blue. I'm here all night.
I love a good documentary now. I think.
Well, look, Tyra Banks is suing Netflix for defamation because she claims that the documentary that she participated in, was manipulation. She says she felt manipulated. On top of all of that, she filed the lawsuit Saturday, June 13th, which is an interesting date to file a lawsuit on a Saturday. She said that they interviewed her for 3.5 hours and they only used 16 minutes of it. She also claims that she did not know that Shandy would classify what happened to her as SA. This is YouTube. I can't say the word, so y'all know what SA means. She claims that she she did not know that Shandy would classify what happened to her as SA, and that she wasn't given an opportunity to respond to the claims that she did not reach out to Miss J following his stroke. Started with you, Blue. Is Tyra Banks justified for this lawsuit, or is this ruining her already, unfortunately, tainted credibility and career?
It's Tyra being Tyra. Tyra's never been known for knowing how to take an L. She's never been known for knowing how to read the room. She's never been known for knowing when enough is enough. So her tone deafness is so legendary. It's part of her mythos at this point, that Tyra not knowing, the same Tyra who put on a fat suit and had to be obese for 45 minutes and then had an actual obese person cradling her to their bosom while she cried about them being mean to her for an hour. That's not somebody I'm expecting to have discernment, Carlos, respectfully. Okay, that lady been a little bit Zoolander. She's not in on the joke. So this is very Tyra. It's very Tyra of her to be like, how dare you show me exactly how I am? I was there for 3.5 hours. Why don't you use all 3.5 hours of the 3-hour special about me? Okay, sure, Tyra. Whatever you say. I will say this. I do believe the documentary was sensational. And, however, everything they alleged had already been part of the social zeitgeist for years before the documentary happened. And Tyra herself has spoken about how she has pored over all those videos. So which one is it? Did you see all the allegations previously and you poured over the videos, which is why you were in the doc? Or are you shocked that Shandy said something that she's been saying for years that you would have seen doing her research? It can't be both. It can't be both because Tyra made a point of saying, I made it a point to listen to everything you said. I want to respond to it. I want to be intentional. So how are you saying that, but then feigning confusion about all the major points that were already swirling about before the doc was even made? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Dustin?
First of all, I guess I better watch my damn mouth because I don't want her ass suing me. You know what I'm saying? And Carlos, she can't sit in your chair either because we don't need them kind of problems. We need you free and clear so we can move this show forward. Now, that being said, allegedly, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Dustin.
Yeah, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? Tyra, you done lost your damn mind. First of all, you bringing up the Miss J shit. I remember them distinctly asking her in that documentary, do you think you know you are gonna go see him? Are you gonna talk to them? I remember her saying she should probably have a phone call with them and her electing not to speak further about the shit. I agree with Blue. I think two things can be true at the same time. Yes, she looked bad in the documentary for a lot of shit that she did do, but also, what do you mean, Tyra? Like the way that you look based on that documentary is shit that you did. And defamation, I mean, I guess do your thing or whatever, but nobody sues because they got a bad at it. Other than one other motherfucker I know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, whatever. I do think a lot of people are going out of their way to make Tyra Banks look bad or add on to the pile of Tyra did this shit to me. I think that's happening and that's fucked up. But Tyra is also not making it easier by acting weird all the goddamn time and looking spaced the fuck out every time you see her. I seen her on stage performing, which first of all, let's stop there. But she was performing in some capacity and it was a weird stick or trope that just was not connecting with the audience. And I know I didn't connect with it offline either. She needs to stop doing that. Take a damn picture because that's what you're good at. You're one of the best ever to do it. So you still beautiful, Tyra. Like, get back in the game and get your confidence back up. But leave us alone with Top Model. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. I don't give a fuck about the lawsuit. I don't care. Do it in privately. What did Yana say? Do it different. Do it different. Do it different, Tyra. So that's it. Claudia, what you think?
I do think there is a pylon. There was 2 documentaries released in the same year where they was making Tyler responsible for every single thing that went wrong, which I don't agree with that. There's a network and Tyra is not a network. And I hate when that happens when you're the face. But what you will not do is sit there and act like that documentary was the first time it came to your attention that was an SA allegation. When you watched the show, what was it, 20 years ago, however long it was ago? We all saw it when it happened. We all had a bad taste in our mouth from that. And did you not think like when you, again, you said you look at everything, you're involved, you're in every aspect of the show, but then you're not when it's bad. Information is one thing, and it is hard to prove. You're going to have to prove that it caused you real damage and that it is not true, right? But also exposing what you actually said and did that is true is not a defamation case. I've won cases and I'm 3-0 with my lawsuit.
Talk your shit, friend.
I never lost a lawsuit. Okay, Tyra, call me before you do this. But I feel like Tyra needs a real sit down with someone that she trusts, where maybe it's live, maybe it's with you, Carlos, where it isn't edited, and you cannot blame it on editing later because she needs that. She needs something where it's like it's live.
Yeah,
exactly. Because I get when the network was like, oh, it's Tyra, but she didn't control everything. But don't play dumb about you didn't know what happened with Shandy. We all saw that, and that was a very cringeworthy moment. And at some point, hey, you have to stand up for those girls. Because remember, you had quite a story about her saying that Naomi Campbell was real rough for her. Remember, we felt bad. We thought that Tyra was the victim and Naomi was the bad guy. That was her narrative, right? And it was like, oh, poor Tyra. Naomi's bullying her. Don't turn around and be what you complain about.
Oh.
And I like Tyra. I saw her. We all heard like Lionel Richie and everything. She's still, face card's still there. The face is still there.
I felt that, Claudia.
Did you dig
Claudia? That was good. Say that one more time.
The face is still there.
No, boo. About don't become what you.
Don't become the thing that you're complaining about. Your whole thing was, oh my God, Naomi was so mean to me, and I thought Black women would all get together, and I didn't like how they did the sisters on that show either. I felt she was extra harsh on a lot of those Black girls, I think a lot of times when Black people get in certain spaces, Like judges, police officers, you see it all the time, right? They feel like I can't be too nice to the black people because they're gonna feel like I'm giving favoritism. So they swing the pendulum too far to the other way, and that's not cool either. What's wrong with being nice to black girls? What's wrong with being nice to black girls? You should know better than anybody else what black women go through in that raggedy ass business. A black model will drive an hour to an audition to get there, and a casting director can legally say to you, "Sorry, we're not looking for black girls." And under the rules of in that field, they can say, "Well, for marketing, well, that's our campaign, which we're not what we're looking for right now." And that, well, you can't get a lot. You can't sue them for that. And you know that, Tyra. You know that.
Yeah. No, and that happens, unfortunately, in this business and corporate America. You know, it does. I'll say this much. The thing is, Tyra Banks created Top Model, right? She has produced her own talk show and has produced subsequent seasons and spin-offs of Top Model. As a creator myself, there's not one person breathing who can tell me we're doing a special documentary on Love and Marriage franchise and we want you to sit in the chair. I will do my own documentary for a show I created. So that was mistake number one. Why would you give your legacy to the hands of strangers?
Twice. She did 2 documentaries.
I know. And the thing with me, and that's why we have to call a spade a spade. I love Tyra. I do think, unfortunately, her reputation is tainted by all of this because I believe she let her ego lead her into these bad decisions she's made. Netflix, yes, is seen in 190 countries. You were used to building your television career, right, off of having editing control. Why would you relinquish that when you said, right, Claudia, Dustin and Blue, like, everyone knows that Top Model had this weird gray cloud over it. Like it was, it wasn't like, oh, this is like Scandal Shondaland, where Kerry Washington and Fitch 20 years later can do actors on actors variety interviews and still flirt with each other for the sake of the audience feeling like, oh, it's the president and whatever her title was. You know, like it wasn't that. This was something that was extremely controversial throughout the years that it was not only on VH1, but even after life of that. So the thing with her suing, in my opinion, and I need people to know this, when you can sue anybody. So I need to remind people that anybody can sue anybody, number one.
Yeah, you can.
Number two, I do believe that in most cases, the lawsuit is just not to find, I don't think Tyra wants to win. I think she knows she's not winning. I think Tyra and her team did the lawsuit to have another story to protect her legacy by saying, I was not aware of this. And that's what she's doing. Sort of like when Black China sued the Kardashians for saying they tried to get rid of the Rob and China show, right? It was sort of like, look, it's not your show. The show has Rob named first. The Kardashian at that point owns E.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like you had no right, and y'all broke up. So that was that. And she, whatever, the jury of her peers found the Kardashians to be not guilty. So I think Tyra is doing this to save face. And it's unfortunate because I feel like this is another chip in her legacy that's already damaged.
It's also stupid because people already feel how they feel about her, Tyra. So it's not like this documentary would have impacted, or stained or tainted her legacy in a vastly different way than it already was. The shit was already stinking. You know what I'm saying? People already was accusing Tyra of being fucked up and of saying, crossing all kind of lines, even though things were different at the time that show came out. So you have to understand that when you interpret the things that happened. But Tyra, they've been on your ass. So you doing this lawsuit is actually going to have the opposite impact. It's going to make you look even more batshit fucking crazy than you looked before. You know what I mean?
She's lying about the edit, though, because when the Tyra documentary came out, I did a really intense deep dive on it. And one of the things that struck me is where it's talking as if she didn't like the edit. I actually deeply believe Tyra liked the edit and thought that we were going to like the edit too. And she's responding to us not liking the edit, not her not liking the edit.
Bingo,
because
Blue.
The way it starts, because I remember this in the beginning. You know when you see somebody's mask slip off, you're like, oh, this is about to be one of those things where you're not in on the joke and you're about to look bad, but you think that you're eating right now. At
in
the
that
very
trench coat.
yes, at the very beginning, and I wrote this down back in the day. I looked it up. She said, models are unsympathetic characters. They are vapid. And I wanted to get back at the modeling industry. It was my payback to do Top Model. You have a magazine, but I have a hit TV show. She starts off the documentary saying Top Model and everything I did, including cannibalizing all them little girls, was to get my lick back at any and a Windsor in them, because you have a magazine, but I have the top show in 100 countries. So she started off smug, thinking she was going to have like this Phoenix Rising story, which is why she ends the documentary with, see you for season 25, wink. You're doing it
right.
I thought she ate. So I don't even think Tyra's suing because of the edit. I think Tyra loved the edit. She's stunned we don't like the edit.
Yeah, which is even worse.
And I think this like lawsuit is also like, you know, when your lawyer says objection in court, right? It's just like they just are trying to stop the flow of the questions, right? They're trying to stop the flow sometimes. I think she's like, I think she does not want to go forward with the lawsuit because I know about lawsuits. You don't want to get to discovery. You don't want to get to everything coming out, because right now a lot of stuff isn't coming out. Like I had friends that worked on her show and people that knew her, and I was a Tyra Banks apologist for years. Like I defended her, like, oh, it must be tough for her, especially being, you know, coming in when she did, when it was not. And listen, I don't think she's all bad. I don't think she's all bad. Right. I do think there was some. She wasn't across the board a bad person. I think she went in with good intentions. And I think you get drunk with power. I think something changes when you get in these positions with some of these people. And, you know, she had some moments where she was redeeming, and then some moments where you're like, God damn, how'd you just let that fly? Also, TV was very different back then.
Yeah.
Folks, TV was very wicked back then.
So see, that's two different things, right? Because Blue is saying that, was it you or was it Carlos? Whoever it was, that was you, Blue, that just said that her intention with the show was a big F you, right, to the industry that had wronged her. But that's not a good intention to start anything off with. It's negative.
Yeah, that's actually a fucked up intention to start off
exactly
with. Yeah.
So is it Uchiwali or one mic? Do you want to do something good for these girls who you know, would otherwise not have opportunities like this? Or are you trying to get the industry back and then sacrificing all of these real people, you know what I'm saying, along the way in your quest to give somebody the finger that's not even looking your direction in the first damn place?
I think it's both. I think she's doing what Claudia's saying and what you're saying, where she's saying, I'm gonna help these girls while getting back at Anna Wintour. But then you became Anna Wintour.
That's the gag, and that's why I always tell people, your intentions when you do stuff will always be the end result of it not working on your favor. If you have bad intentions going into anything, relationships, career, friendships, whatever, and it's, like I said, it's bad intentions, it's never going to end well for you.
It's doomed.
When you watch the show back now, like, and again, you know, you watch it back when we watch a documentary, and you see, looking at it now, it was absolutely ridiculous, some of the things that they went through. And anyone who's had even works for some catalogs and modeling, a lot of that stuff, and it came out in the documentary, was in no way, shape, or form going to help them be better models. Like doing that runway show where they had the swinging pieces of foam, like clocks hitting them, all that stuff was just like, it was humiliation. And those producers are like those producers of shows like Fear Factor, they're trying to see how strong you are. They're trying to embarrass you, see how much you want this carrot, how much you want this. I'm gonna make you
entertainment.
Entertainment. Like, you're not gonna get a real modeling gig. Very few of them did it, and they were probably women like a Takara, like a Eva, an Adrian that would get it.
Yaya,
amazing actress. They were gonna get it no matter what. They got it despite the show. But the show was my cousin was up for that show. My cousin Brittany, and she was in the 20s. She didn't make it into the house. Drop dead gorgeous. They told her, you're not coming with enough drama. It wasn't about her face, bone structure, all those girls up. You know, it wasn't about that. It was like, you know, it was reality first. Modeling was probably third or fourth on the list.
Mr. J admitted that, Claudia. He admitted that Tyra was inspired by Fear Factor and that modeling was not the top priority.
You could tell.
Yeah. He admitted that.
The photos used with those guys, and then like putting their penises on the girls modeling, and they just said, well, just girl work through it. I remember that. That is so, you leave a set for that. You leave
everything was Janice Dickinson's fault. She looks like a totem pole. And also, who was the other motherfucker? Who was the other one that looked like a mad scientist? What was his name? The
Nigel
gay
Barker?
one, Ken Mock.
Oh,
Him.
Ken Mock.
Yeah, the one his ass.
Oh, do you like the girls Ken Mock too, Carlos? Is that your good Judy?
No, I don't know Ken Mock.
I didn't like the way he was.
I was just shocked that he named the showrunner.
The daddy, no, Ken Mock is always up there next to Tyra, disappearing like the girls who get voted off. Like he's always in them pictures.
And that's why I agree with Claudia that listen, I have some sympathy for Tyra because she is taking all the blame.
He's a fall guy. He's not getting any smoke.
Not alone in the creative. First of all, no shade to you, Tyra. Tyra Banks was not creative enough as a producer to come up with those challenges. And the way these shows work, Raindrops, you literally, every challenge show, ask Claudia who did Celebrity Apprentice, there's literally challenge producers whose sole job is to come up with challenges to bring out the best or worst in you plus entertainment. So that's why I agree with Claudia that Tyra can't take the sole blame for it. No. And I hate that she is to some degree, but her smugness and her lack of compassion to me is what's going to be her legacy.
And that trench coat too. The trench coat made you not have it lessened the trust factor.
And
like,
the
why you got a trench coat on?
I don't like how some of the others are acting so holier than thou that they were, wow, she was so awful when all of them had moments. They said abusive things to those girls. And I don't like how it seemed like they all got together and was like, well, we're just going to put it all on Tyra. Because when you run it back, it was not just Tyra. No, it was and they all, Janice too, the nerve of Janice Dickinson.
The fucking nerve.
The nerve. And she's just jumping on.
Looking like the nigga from Aerosmith.
She does.
She looked like,
Great one,
you're right.
November Rain.
Right. I was crying when I seen you, motherfucker. Yeah.
Moving on to a story that's a little bit more personal for Claudia Jordan in some degree.
Oh, Lord. What's this about?
So comedian Michael Blackson is in the news because he has agreed to pay $4,500 per month in child support for his nearly 1-year-old son that he has had with a woman named Nadia. Is that right, Claudia? Nadia?
It doesn't matter. She's a whore.
Okay. According to legal documents.
No, you can see her booty hole online. There's pictures that she advertises it. So there's no need to put allegedly. Okay. I have the if I go, I'm 3-0, Carlos. Legal note.
Okay. Lizzie note, legal note. Okay. According to legal documents filed in the case, he was also ordered to pay $5,000 to cover her attorney fees. Claudia, you are obviously really, really close to his current estranged fiance. I don't know.
Baby mama,
Rada, who I had the pleasure of interviewing as well. What are your thoughts on this? Because that's your friend. You are on Love and Hip Hop Miami. We saw you, of course, verbally fight with Michael about getting his life right. He now has to pay $4,500 a month for a child who is one for the next 17 years of his life.
So Nadia is pushing these stories. She contacted TMZ several times, and she's been sending them to all the blogs. And we know this for a fact. This is no legal note needed. And I knew about this coming out a few days ago. I was informed that she was doing this. I got people everywhere. So she's so happy that she's getting $4,500 a month from a multimillionaire that makes probably $50,000 a weekend at the minimum. And it's like, I'm embarrassed for her. Yeah. And there's a story out there allegedly. Well, it's not allegedly. I know this also. She was trying to get pregnant by an NBA player. I'm not going to say his name, but I did see him at a golf tournament. I asked him about that. He's like, nah, Michael got that. So it was like by any means, she was looking for, her other kid just turned 18. She was looking for the next set of payments to come. So Michael was the sucker that went for it. It went raw dog on this girl. Okay. Which I still don't get it. Cause Michael, like you're a successful man. I don't get why successful men spread their seed, like blowing a dandelion and just spread it everywhere. I don't get that. So yeah, she's very happy that she got 40. Only a hood rat will be so happy to tell I'd be embarrassed if a man whose average shirt or fur coat costs $40,000 or $50,000 and wears $2,000, $3,000 Versace shirts, my child support was $4,500. But for her, it's a win because she was. I mean, I know how much Nadia. Congratulations. That's the biggest check you've ever gotten in your life. Congratulations.
Oh,
I do want to ask you this, Claudia. How is RHOA?
Was I not supposed to be petty on that one?
No, you were Claudia.
Exactly.
How is RHOA doing with all of this?
RHOA has a lot of control on the financials and stuff. Like she doesn't run his, like she doesn't say, Michael, you have to pay this, but he trusts her. So handles bookings, a lot of the stuff. Like they work together as a good team, work wise. She's of course, it's hurtful when any man has a child on you, and people will blame RHOA and say, well, what did you expect? He was allowed to have sex with other women. There's plenty of people that are in I won't say open relationships where they have other people they mess with, right? The deal breaker was not having a kid with somebody else. You can mess with other people with a condom. You can imagine that.
I don't answer this, but I want you. That's your friends. I'd rather you say it because just in case those who are watching didn't watch it. Can you clarify if RHOA was only okay if they had another woman with them, or was she also, in addition to that, okay with him having another woman independently of her?
I think she was very aware that a lot of these entertainers cheat. So there was an acceptance of a man's got to do what a man does what he does, and I'd rather know. So he did have a path at one point to listen, please don't think that I condone any of this. I've had my conversation with my friend. I said, if you give this man an inch, he's going to take him out. She knows now, of course. Her culture is very open to these things and very, very passive and kind of, but she does recognize that it was not the smartest thing to do. It was actually dumb. Because you say that, a guy thinks, oh, it's a green light. And it is. It is. He's not ever going to play by the rules. He has the money. He got a pass from you. So yeah, I think that he was messing. Yeah, he messed with women when she wasn't there as well. And she knew that. But he was never supposed to be unprotected because they have their thing. So, you never want someone to bring something home to you potentially or create a baby. So RHOA has definitely learned a lot. And I asked if she regrets going on Love and Hip Hop. And at one point she was ready to walk away from that show. But she did say, if I didn't go on the show, I would have continued being naive and believing every single thing. And she goes, I was so stupid. I was so naive. I believed because he's different when he's with me one-on-one.
When she found out about the baby, did she finally get to call him one too? A mother sucker? When she found out about the baby, it's finally my turn, you mother sucker.
She went in on him, and I was glad to finally see it. Boy, I tell you. But Nadia is, and I keep telling RHOA, I'm like, listen, don't just be mad at the other girl. It's not. You need to be mad at the man that had some kind of responsibility to you to protect your heart.
The thing is this, and I'm gonna have Blue and Dustin take it away from this. I gotta get this out. And by the way, my interview with RHOA, I'll go watch it. She's a sweet woman. I did say this to her, and I could be an anomaly, and I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies, if you are going to allow your man to have another woman in the bedroom, 99.5% of the time he's going to do it independent of you. Yeah. I'll say this much. Obviously, I used to live in Atlanta. No shade to Atlanta. It's the city of swingers. Okay. All I'll say is this: I've never, ever, 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 ever met a woman who allowed another woman in her bedroom and her man did not have another woman on the side while she was doing her own thing. Never.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Blue.
Exactly.
Well, there goes that vacation plan. Y'all already talked me out of fun stuff. My first thought to this whole story is yuck, because there's so much. Michael Blackstone semen in the I just, it's too much.
It's a lot.
I'm itchy. I don't want to think about his stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just saw Diddy's penis last week. I'm going through a lot right now. It's too much. And sorry, go ahead.
I said to the two ladies, I said, all y'all fight over Michael? Like y'all are really fighting over him. And that's my friend, but I still had to say it. Like, you're really fighting over this to be in this situation?
Over what?
Had a camera.
For real?
And also, too, I will say this: the 4,500 shocked me because you can do that working like a regular 9 to 5. So you didn't even have to go through all that. If I'm gonna lay under a man and stare at the ceiling and count the stars outside the window until he's done, I need more than 4,500.
But that tells you the level she's on, that she's celebrating it. She's sending that to the blogs. No one went down to the courthouse and said, oh my God, Nadia Comaneci, whatever her last name is, Beldini, whatever, Ferrari, I don't know what her last name is. Nadia's child support came out 4,500 breaking. Why would that be news? I went on one of the posts. I go, why is this news? This is embarrassing.
And no disrespect to anybody who makes 4,500 a month. I just want to say that if you are somebody who that's your living wage, hopefully that's after taxes. I'm sure. My thing is in the
child support from
scamming and grifting, that is bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. Yes.
You could have kept your panties on and made that kind of money. That's regular clothes on in the daytime outside the Piggly Wiggly back in gross. Like, you didn't have to do any of that to make that kind of money, babe. I'm so sorry. What is going on?
Yeah, so my thing is this, right? This is a stupid motherfucking story, right? First of all, the damn story is the fact that you had a baby on this woman in the first damn place, right? That's where the shock and awe is. After that, who gives a fuck? And where I'm trying to pay my motherfucking rent. It's hot outside. The Knicks won. I got a show coming up on Friday in Philly. I'm trying to make sure my parents healthy. Like the world is on fucking fire. They had a motherfucker who was throwing up all over tobacco snuff and dog shit all over his chest was flying out his mouth. On a UFC weigh-in that called Michelle Obama something unspeakable on television the other day. I don't give a fuck about this lady that is getting $4,500 a month from Michael Blackson in child support. I do not care. I don't care how your friend Claudia is doing about it outside of her being okay. You know what I'm saying? The story, and when I say I don't care, I don't mean I'm being heartless. I mean the story was the baby in itself. You know what I'm saying? Once we move past that being a fact that there's a baby, the rest of this is, in the words of Destiny Payton, malarkey. Who gives a fuck? And to the dummy who only got $4,500 a month in court, you're bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have played better. You know what I'm saying? You should have prepared yourself better, got a better attorney, and really saw this thing through. The whole point, I would assume, based on Claudia and Blue, the whole point of fucking with someone who is Michael Blackson would be to have some sort of financial gain. You know what I'm saying? At the end. So if you didn't see the deal all the way through, tough titty. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe she wasn't attracted to him, Dustin.
It even worse. Now mental illness is in the equation.
Now Carlos.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's a mental health issue. So that's my thing. Like, and it's a song about this. It's a song about this where they be like, niggas get shot every day, B. He'll be all right. Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no
card.
Who cares?
Nothing. Yeah, she's my friend, but even me too. I'm like, why is this news? Why?
Yeah.
Because
4,500. That's a recession indicator.
But she's putting that out there because her whole thing is competing with Ryder. Like, I'm not a hoe. We're both hoes together. No, you're not better than me. But he keeps embarrassing you.
Right.
He actually has embarrassed both women. I have to be fair. He's been embarrassed. He has. Listen, that's my friend, but he's embarrassed both women. But like, I think she's thinking about winning against RHOA, and she needs to worry about winning in life. And yeah, $4,500 a month from someone that has a
child.
But you live in LA. Okay.
Oh, LA. Okay, so she can barely afford a white fridge.
Yeah.
Carlos, this is bad for my credit. Can we pivot?
And she was on another reality show, Looking for Love, with Chance on Zeus. She was on that, and then she was the basketball player allegedly. She was trying to come up with a come up, and she got this.
This smells like poverty.
Okay, so this is to the 5 straight men who are watching Mother Not Live.
Right, 6 isn't that possible. Mm-hmm.
So, to the straight man who's watching Mother Not Live, Please let us know in the comments. My advice to y'all is this. When you make it in your career, the second most important thing besides getting to the bag is the woman you choose to be with. The woman you choose to lay up with, because she can make or break you. And yes, it's nice to date a bunch of baddies, but she has the ability to ruin your life. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I think with Michael Blackson, and I don't know him personally, I can tell by just watching him that he probably wasn't used to getting some of the caliber of women he's getting now, and he's making up for lost time.
The fact that you stressed out Dustin so much, he had to pop the bottle of tequila.
I had to, because I was sick of him walking around in that Versace robe.
And the pop, Carlos.
I was sick of Michael. I've been sick of Michael Blackson. I've been sick of him for a minute, putting all this stupid ass shit on that show, arguing with my friend on TV, walking around in that Versace robe that we all got 3 or 4 of. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even a big deal no more. One of my friends even got the damn dog bed. Shout out to Kid Fury. His dog got the Versace dog bed. So, like, you know, we don't care, Michael Blackson. Like, get over it. Stop wearing them horrible clothes. I'm not even finna do it, because honestly, it's literally none of my business, and I think that's where the source of my frustration is coming from. Because who gives a fuck?
Did you see? I was embarrassed for that girl though on the show. She was like, "Yes, I got this Versace robe for like coochie," and like talking about how big his penis is. I'm like, "Girl, you're not winning. Like, this is embarrassing. It's embarrassing." Michael, you're embarrassing. Nada, you're embarrassing. Ryder, we've had our conversation.
We done all cycled that robe out. How many of you had? I know I done had 2 of them.
I never had
black and red.
I had the green and yellow.
I took somebody else's because I wasn't about to pay for that.
You see what I'm saying? But you got one. Okay?
I wasn't paying for that.
I will tell you, the robe that feels good is the Ritz-Carlton robe. The one from the spa. It's nice on the inside. I got that one.
We don't even want to see him in that.
Yes. All right. So moving on to Belle Collector. I want to get into one scene really quickly on Belle Collector. So raindrops. We're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Reunion Part 2, and Housewives of Atlanta in a bit. But first thing first, I want to start with you, Dustin. So on Belle Collector, Selena found out through men, because once again, to my 5 straight men watching, straight men gossip, if not equally, more than women. And that is a fact. Okay. So Selena found out through her husband after he was talking to Glenn about the fact that Glendale went to go see a divorce attorney to figure out his rights in terms of a post-nup and all those things. Got back to Selena. Selena met with Leticia one-on-one, did not bring it up. She then gets around the ladies and she goes, "Oh, by the way, I want to talk to you about something I heard. What's going on with you and Glenn? I did hear he went to go see a divorce attorney." Leticia did not know. She was caught off guard and she left. And Selena, my favorite part of the scene is, because to me, this was so like girl code shit. Selena goes, "Well, don't tell him I told you, child.
Don't put my name."
That's my favorite part. Like, oh shit, because I now threw my man under the bus.
Yeah.
But Dustin, Leticia said that how rich of you, Selena, you were mad that we came to you with the news that your husband allegedly fathered an outside child. Hey, Michael Blackson. But you got mad that we did that in front of the group. Why didn't you take me aside to do that when you were with me one-on-one? Do you agree with that, Dustin?
Sort of. Selena kind of gave Leticia that rope to handle her with. However, also, we all remember Leticia saying all is fair in the Belle Collective, ending with that, letting them know. Leticia, so we know that Leticia has been waiting, okay, to have an opportunity to get people back or to have her turn. She also just said, well, when it's my issue, are we all going to get together or not? So that approach can be applied to Selena telling her once they all got together, right? I think where Selena fucked up is that she saw Letitia and didn't say nothing. And for that, she was wrong. At the end of the day, you should have told her when she was in your presence, no matter who was around. I think that Selena she looked visibly uncomfortable even delivering that message. It was very reminiscent of when my girl, Cynthia Bailey, who looked outstanding on Watch What Happens Live this week, by the way. And shout out to Paris Shea. Shout out to Paris Shea. They make a hell of a duo. But it reminded me of when Cynthia had to say that shit to Phaedra, and then Kenya kind of took the reins.
Claudia
it was the
there.
same thing. Yeah, Cynthia didn't want to. She didn't. That's not her personality, and we all know that. That ain't even how Cynthia. She didn't want to do that, and you could see it. I felt the same energy from Selena in that scene. Selena did not want to deliver that message at their table. That's why she was kind of all over the place delivering it. It wasn't smooth, and so whatever. I just feel like Letitia is like, I'm not gonna miss my opportunity to make this an issue, and I can't even say I'm mad at her for it.
Okay, Claudia.
I mean, Selena didn't do herself any justice, any favors when she was asked, well, why didn't you tell me before? And she says, well, I haven't seen you around, but she had enough time to say it in front of other people and tell her other friends and then say it in front of the group. And they did invent this thing in the early 1900s, I believe, called it a telephone that could have been used if I don't know, maybe she could have like picked one up and hit the buttons and dialed her friend's number and called, or even a text. I think they do voice memos. So I think she's done that. So yes, it was a get back. It was an eye for an eye. It was like, oh, okay, a little bit. Selena, I like you too. I do like you. I'm usually on your side. But I thought that was definitely some TV shit right there. Because in real life, bitch, if you tell me in front of people like that, I don't care if I did it to you first. We on a show. You since you know how it feels, maybe all the more reasons to not do me like that. You know what I'm saying? And you can still have some moral high. Well, I ain't gonna do you like you did me. But let me just tell you what's going on with your man. I would have done that. But yeah, I didn't see you around. We do a show together, girl. The town is how big is that city? How many people live there? 18,000 people live there? Like, get out of here.
Topography of Jackson, Mississippi.
You know what? Here you come with topography. I can't.
The topography.
Claudia, I can't do a second week. It's too many big words. I think, okay, so the debate is she stupid or is she lying? Okay, well, that's what I heard. I got ADHD. I had to encapsulate it. Is the lady a little dumb and didn't realize she was making a mess, or is she lying? She knew she was making a mess and she meant that shit. I mean, both kind of suck. If that's the question that's being asked, was it the question, Carlos? Is that what I heard? Okay.
I did not ask you whether or not she was.
That's how I received it. The lady dumb or she messy?
I was asking you, do you think? Okay. Was she wrong for bringing the bone back to Letitia?
So is she dumb or is she messy? So let me think. If I have to, because that's all I'm hearing. Y'all can make it cute all you want. That's all I'm hearing. Okay. No more wine. Claudia, you're right. Wine is demonic.
You see, I'm drinking coconut juice tonight. I ain't about to have my nose red tonight in my life.
Here's the thing. Okay, so if she is messy, okay, let's do dumb first, actually. If she's dumb, then it's reckless, and I can't be around people who are reckless with my business. Right? Mm-hmm. And if she's messy, then I'd respect her more if she owned that shit. Like, hey, it sucks when the tables turn, huh? I would have respected more. But to be this weird thing in between when you a little messy and a little stupid, girl, do something else next time. That wasn't it. That's my feedback.
But I love Selena. I love her.
She's great. I like her having her high moment.
I don't want nobody bothering her. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel when you watching somebody make a mistake that you care about. Your mind immediately goes to, I just want them to be all right on the other side of this. She obviously fucked up. She should have told Letitia. But I don't think that Selena enjoys confrontation, even though she came on the show in a little fight. But I don't think that Selena enjoys confrontation.
So Dustin is saying she's a little dumb. And I would say this, Dustin.
No, Blue, I'm not.
Just fucking. So this is why I'm saying this. We all understand discernment, right? If any of us had a friend who didn't mean us no harm, but was constantly doing that shit to us, Dustin, you'd be the first person to stop taking their calls of the four of us. You'd be the first one to be like, I'm not doing that. That's too much, man.
I would. I like
Thank you.
Selena
So
though.
I'm saying that you can be a good person, but if you move in a messy way, at a certain point, whether it's intentional or you can count a potato, I'm not doing this with you no
Y'all
more.
don't have dumb friends?
No, they're a liability. This is Exhibit A.
I have a couple.
Oh, damn.
I do too.
Yeah,
I just don't want to be that friend. That's what I'm
Yeah.
concerned about.
Damn.
I'm not. I just be like, Dustin, you just don't be that person.
Yeah,
That's
don't
what
be
I'm.
like, yeah,
You're not
they
gonna
don't.
do
They
that.
don't mean well. Claudia, I think the word we should use is they're aloof.
They're what?
Aloof.
Okay.
Now you're really saying they don't.
No, I
Claudia,
will say this. Ain't nothing worse. Okay, I can't say slow now. Goddamn, what you take all the work? I can't say fat. I can't.
I
say
heard
slow,
how I
can't say
translated
big,
it.
I can't
Okay,
say
I'm
dark,
asking
I
you
can't
no
say
questions
light.
today.
I can't say anything. Okay, I'll just sit there.
I would say
Deal
aloof.
with it.
Okay, I will say this from my little season. Okay, ain't nothing worse when you have to deliver a message that you don't want to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It does suck because you gotta take the heat for it. Like you are so uncomfortable, but it is good for the show.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's can I say a Mexican standoff? Can I say that?
Oh my God. Okay.
That's like when TV have gun, lower your gun, lower your gun. Like it's like a standoff, right?
There you go.
Like, you're like, I don't want to do it. I wouldn't really do this in real life. It's not how I would really move. And they're like, oh, production, network is on the line, and that happens, right, Carlos? It happens, right?
Hey, Cynthia Bailey.
And Claudia Jordan, when y'all put that stupid ass wig on me, and then had Porsha make a comment about my wig, and I looked retarded. I looked bad at.
Oh my God. Okay.
What? First of all, what?
I had a mess of her destination party. I'm just saying.
No hard R's, Claudia. No hard R's.
I don't remember, Claudia, we ever tell you put on a wig. I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, it wasn't you. But anyways,
Okay,
Derek
I'm like,
put a bad wig on me.
that, babe.
And then I got red for the bad wig. I'm like, I don't even wear wigs. Y'all made me do this. But anyways, I'm just saying, sometimes when you see them uncomfortable and doing things that you're like, damn, she had to do her job. And we're here for it. Thank you. It was good TV.
It was great TV. It was great TV. So Belle Collective, guys, every Friday, 8 o'clock, 7 Central. Make sure y'all watch it, please. Up next, Love and Marriage Huntsville Part 2 reunion. One
last thing note on Belle Collective. I'm so sorry. You know I hate cutting y'all off. Marie picked the worst ones, didn't she? In that lineup. Oh my God! Like, I wanted to take the blindfold off for her and be like, "Lady, look." You know what I'm saying? Because you are literally doing this all wrong.
When he was singing, it was so cringe. When he was singing, it was so cringe. I was
please.
The random woman that they threw in there, they won't leave her alone on that, huh?
When she said she was 18 or whatever.
They threw a woman into the mix.
The
yeah.
Is she a bus driver?
Allegedly, Claudia. No, she just dressed.
No, Claudia bus driver looked just like.
Okay, no.
Familiar. Listen,
that's because you remember who we're talking about. He's like, what?
They brought a stud to, because
I completely overlooked that. I was on the phone.
That was a man.
Yeah, I thought that was. Yeah, I thought they was all niggas. I ain't know.
Well,
I was like, these the pics. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that was the girl Blue was talking about.
The heavy titty lady. Yeah, I was like, why is there a random lady in
here? Minnie Fresh stay taken astray. Whenever
they look like Minnie Fresh, they accept it, Claudia. They all know that some of them. Okay, I'll stop.
It's just because he's clean shaven and curvy
and got titties. Yeah.
Fun fact: someone on the Real Housewives of Atlanta used to mess with Minnie Fresh.
You already told us a few months ago, Claudia.
You did.
But who was it?
And I'm not gonna say it again because I'll text you.
Well, I'm new. Can you put in the group chat? I'm new.
Text her, Claudia. All right. So I want to get into Love and Marriage Huntsville. Nell and Kimmy's argument continued. Where Kimmy told Nell to bring it down here. They're calling each other the B word. Nell feels like you have no right telling us to chill when you always get crunk. And then they go backstage. Nell stays on stage with me because one of her legs is a broken, child. And she tells me how pretty much this is what Kimmy does. Blue, whose side are you on, Nell or Kimmy, in their conversation? And do you think that Kimmy was wrong for telling another grown woman to bring it down to here?
It was giving Spider-Man. Like, I don't even know which one is which when it comes to this, because my makeup artist was in the room and she was cleaning up her stuff and she was like, why is that lady telling her to watch her tone in the same tone? I said, thank you. Can you please come talk to Carlos? Because I got to watch this shit every week. Sorry. So, sure. Whoever I picked, the other one is also wrong. They're doing the same thing to each other. It's very much, watch your tone. You watch your tone. You call me bitch. Well, you said you want to throw me in the river. Well, everybody's wrong, right? So I'm on the side of sense, which was sitting next to you on the couch and not arguing. I think they both very disrespectful. And to say, well, you know, and then even when Carlos tried to throw Belle, well, didn't your daddy used to yell at you? Is that why you be flipping? I said, no, we're not doing this. You know, I'm off of the mental health questions, but I would have done the Claudia Jordan eye roll. Like, bitch, we all got fucked up.
Everything being mental health. Sometimes you
just. Even I was like, Carlos, too much, okay?
Sometimes it's not a deep dive into what happened when you were 7. Sometimes,
God forbid I have a heart.
Sometimes a bitch is just a bitch, Carlos. It ain't got shit to do with your pappy. Okay, I saw 2 bitches call each other bitches. That's my take. I'm sorry.
Claudia Jordan.
I usually really like Kimmy, but I was more team Nell. I
was more team Nell, definitely. Yeah,
I saw Kimmy in a different light this in the reunion. I'm like, damn, I didn't realize she was so crunk so many times, that she talked so reckless to so many people, and it seemed like, yeah, I saw her in a different light. I was like, okay, I guess I wasn't aware of how she be talking greasy like that. Is that a thing that she's been doing for a long time? Because it was a lot. It was a lot.
I would have hit her. I would have been okay with this.
She talked like she want to get into a fight, because like sometimes like she does. And
does she know how to fight?
If Nell wasn't on one of them scooters from her knee, if Knee was,
I beat the bitches from Baltimore. Does she know how to fight?
If Nell wasn't on one of them scooters for her knee or leg, or whatever, we may have had, some action.
Funny.
They get the rehab, they be riding around like
you talking about the knee scooter, yeah.
The knee scooter. My sister has one, right? Okay, don't do that. Y'all so funny.
I wish her well. They're awesome.
She got in that dress. She made it to hair and makeup.
I bet she had a pedicure too on both feet.
That one too. They had to do it, lay it down, because she was in that knee scooter, so they had to do her pedicure like they was giving an oil change on their back.
The way they were screaming "bitch" though, how many bitches did y'all keep out?
It was so bad. The network said, "Carlos, stop.
That's enough.
It's too much." And
there was a lot of bitches left in, so I'm just imagining.
It was. I would say, if I had to count, they called each other the B word 10 more times.
It was so good. It was good. I love it. Bitch, fuck you, bitch. I was like, oh, this is great.
To the point, because Destiny was next to me. To the point, me and Destiny was like,
"Yep."
I like really to the gut. But Dustin, are you on Kimmy's side or Nell's side or on the knee scooter side?
I'm on the knee, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm taking the knee.
Okay, Colin Kaepernick.
The rest me, God damn it. Okay, that's right. Hey, NASA. You know what I'm saying? I'll fuck with that. Anyway, here's the thing. Kimmy is one of those people who has come on this show and tried her best not to lose her cool or do anything that she would feel is embarrassing, right? And the problem with operating like that on shows like this is that people can misinterpret your behavior as covert or dirty, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're passive aggressive or whatever, when really you're just trying to not act a fool on TV. That's why I don't give a damn. I'll try my best to be nice and cool about everything, but if I have a problem with something, I'll go ahead and go the fuck off, because then at least we can be clear, and you can't be trying to dissect things and turn little behaviors into whatever. No, I'm cussing your ass the fuck out, and you know why. And I just want Kimmy to stand in a prime example of that. Nell, right? When Nell was on that stage, she came out there, I believe that when they zipped her up, and when she pulled them strings on that thing, you know what I'm saying? They tied her in that. Yeah, that's what she had on. Some of that. She had a Bridgerton corset on under that dress.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Miss Nell was sitting up in there and her knee was hurting. Please, or is it her foot? Is her foot, Carlos, or her knee?
Her foot, Dustin.
It's her foot, and her foot was hurting. Shit.
Is it a broken foot or like a sprained ankle?
It was finna be broken up Kimmy's ass because she came to that stage ready to dance on one foot. You get up on the good foot, good God. Nell literally got on there and was like, the minute you do something that I'm mad about or that pisses me off, I'm going to cuss you the fuck out. And I don't think that Kimmy was ready for that type of energy from Nell. Kimmy was trying to have conversations down here, and nobody else on the stage was on that. They was ready to cuss her out. So I think that season 12 will be interesting. To me, it was the perfect setup for the season 12 arguments between Kimmy and Nell that I know the good people over at Kingdom Reign Entertainment will make sure that we see. And, you know, I think that those bitch words may last a little bit longer than the ones that they said on the reunion stage. So, because before in previous arguments, we've gotten, you know, explicit. So I hope that happens moving forward. And I think we have two of the best people for that situation, because after watching that reunion, Kimmy is going to go into scene differently with Nell post viewing of that. And I can't wait. So shout out to you and the beautiful people at Kingdom Reign, Carlos. I know y'all gonna make it happen.
Shout out Destiny as well, because Destiny said it best. She said Kimmy says things lower, but they're just as nasty, and that still counts. So I actually think Destiny ate with that. And so that's why I'm with Claudia on Team Nell. Is like, Nell is loud, and I sometimes worry about the vein in her neck. And did she take her beat pills and hypertension pills? And
her foot.
Yeah, her foot, right? Like
she gonna fall off if she get too mad.
At least she's direct. Kimmy said a lot of really problematic shit during that reunion in her "Keep It Down Here" voice that was nasty. So I personally, just because your voice is low doesn't mean you're not on some bullshit.
That's true, because sometimes, they be mumbling stuff underneath their breath and it be real shady. I kind of like that kind of shade sometimes, so it's
good for television shows where they don't hit people.
Because
if all we're doing is arguing,
fight with your words. So I want to get into the conversation. Hold your horses and your seatbelts, Blue and Claudia, because this is the conversation of hold the horse, Claudia. That was good. The conversation about NDAs. All right. So what came up again this season is the fact that Martell is still saying that he was witness to Maurice and Marcel Scott having an affair on their wives with a woman or two in Las Vegas. And it was a conversation about NDAs in addition to whether or not this was true, because, you know, Maurice said, you know, this season, what does my dick look like? Because apparently it's so distinctive for the ladies. I tried to get answers from him about it. I was doing my job as a journalist. Hey, Porsha, I was unfortunately not getting anywhere with it, and I knew when to stop before it became an HR issue. Now, with that being said, Claudia, starting with you, the conversations that is all over Twitter and TikTok is people said Martell may be a liar, but he's not lying about this. His story never changed. He saw what he saw. And they started to question whether or not Kimmy and Tisha are just like, look, we know the truth, but the one thing we ain't going to do is reveal it on the show. Claudia, what do you think?
Well, even a broken clock is right twice a day. And as much of a narc, I think Martell is, and a liar, I think he is. And I think he's wicked. I think he's very good at being bad. I think he's done a lot of dirty things to people himself. So it's almost like, for some people, it's like, oh, well, Martell said it. But yeah, I actually do believe him in this case. I do believe that there was some cheating going on. The way the men answered, and I think the women know it, because the way they answered tells me that they know it too, but they don't want to embarrass and put everything on Front Street on the show. That's what it looked like. It looked like for a minute they almost gave up pick-me's a little bit, like not want to say it on the show, protecting their husbands. And I get it, but everybody else's business is out there, yours gonna be out there too. Okay, so if you want to keep it a buck, you would actually look like a bigger boss and a stronger relationship if you go, you know what? He told me, we talked about it, it happened. But all this, tell me what my dick looks like. Like, do you really believe his dick is just so iconic and just so different than all the billions of dicks out there that you would never be able to identify this rare dick that only occurs in these certain mountains, certain topographies, and certain parts of the country, of the world. I just don't see him having this thing that's like, oh my God, butterflies and rainbows. I just don't think that he has this unidentifiable, unique dick. And that was such a.
It's green, and every time he pulls it out, you hear that alphabet yell.
Yeah, and the way they answer the questions, it wasn't like no, it was like, well, what's my dick look like? That is diversion deflecting 101. Like, you find one thing you can like stand on where you don't have to like really fight. You pick one thing. No, it didn't happen at night. It happened during the day. Whatever. The dick thing, come on. And yeah, I believe it definitely happened. I believe this is one time that Martell is telling the truth. But his dick, I don't think he has an iconic, memorable vitiligo, huge head. Or he wants us to think it's just so big. And Kimmy just saved him.
Like, turn to the left. His dick just turned to the left. It's not that serious.
That's not rare, you guys.
It's really not rare.
Blue Toulouse, ma.
I hate it here. I mean, let me just tell you, that whole scene. First of all, it was a confession. Okay, cue the usher. Every word out their mouth was like, "Yeah, we did that shit."
They did a train, I think, with Martell.
Honestly, it was giving tag team, like, whoop, there it is, like Freaknik 90s type of shit. I'm like, how long y'all been doing this as the brothers doing this shit together?
Well, to add to this, only because you brought this up. Martell alleged that the women they were with were not his type, they were busted. And he let them do it, and that's why he left the scene of the crime, allegedly. Go ahead.
And that they wanted him, though. They wanted him too.
They wanted him, yeah.
Of course.
So to answer your question, I 1,000% believe him. 1,000% believe him. You know why? My body was stunned because my body has never believed him. I've never heard anything come out of Martell's mouth, and my body's been like, yes, I recognize this as truth. So it was a foreign feeling. I was like, is he telling the truth for once? It felt bizarre. It was obviously was telling the truth. And also, even the way the brothers were joking, there was a distinct lightheartedness that fuckboys have when you're about to disrupt the cart. And so everything's fine. Everything's fine. Ha ha, crack a joke what my dick look like. I know that little Claudia, we know, we both know it. Well, if y'all date fuckboys, y'all know it too. There's a certain lightness, like they overperform lightness when someone's been caught on the nose, so that you're thinking, well, if it was a big deal, they would care more. Mm-hmm. They 100% did it. No part of me thinks they didn't do it. My thing is, though, with Kimmy in particular, I thought it was bizarre because we had just seen that clip of her earlier in the reunion where she was talking about how it was still a deal breaker for her, but then she was waffling even as she was saying it. I think we now have our answer. Mm-hmm. I don't think we have to ever do the whole, is it a deal breaker thing? We never have to ask that. Well, Carlos probably still will, but I never have to ask that question
anymore. Unless it's like approved because
it's clear, Carlos.
Yeah.
All right, I know you love all the girls, but I do think that the man saw what he saw, and the reason why he couldn't tell you what your penis looked like is because it was inside somebody. We missed that. You can't identify a penis that while it's inside somebody. That's why he couldn't tell you what it looked like, because you were stripping that lady. And if your wife is okay with it, it's okay. In the words of Whitney Houston, it's not right, but it's okay. And if your wife will take you back, who am I to, in the words of Dustin, who am I to judge? Black love, all that extra good stuff. Hit it,
what a weird defense. What's my thing? What's it look like? That's a weird, like, was he up in it too? Like, was he that close? Which is another weird thing. And I also think it's very weird. I don't know. I'm not a man, but two brothers like that, I don't know. It's gross.
Okay, so full stop. Number one, people believe Martell because of the sheer audacity to say to somebody, you cheated on your wife, I was there, and I know the truth about it, right? That's audacious. People believe that. And I almost would have believed it too, based on that nature alone, until I saw that video that he posted, where him and his baby mom, right, Ariane, were interviewing that lady that was obviously lying and looked like she was on track for something. You know what I'm saying? We'll just put it like that.
Thank you for your
but she, yes, because I love you, brother. I don't want to ruin your show, but that lady was not believable. Number one. They looked like she was hired. Martell and his baby mom looked way too giddy and excited interviewing her, asking those questions. It was in a back room set up, very cheap, horrible lights. It looked like when you take a lampshade off of a lamp and just turn it on and have the bulb. That's what the lighting looked like. So I don't believe it based on that. Number two, Martell is a literal bona fide certified liar. And not only is he a liar, he has shown himself on the course of this show to be the type of person that will take something and turn it into whatever he needs it to be for the sake of making his point of argument, right? Now, Marceau and Maurice are not making it easy to defend them or to say, hey, Martell is lying, because they won't fucking say they didn't do it. Marceau has been a little bit more direct in his dialogue and language concerning this matter, saying, yo, Martell is lying, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Maurice is doing this default setting that he has to speak in parables and similes and metaphors and shit, and tell all these stories and give illustrations to guide you to a conclusion, as opposed to just speaking directly to the issue and saying, hey, I didn't do that, you're lying, and I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass if you say that shit again about me, and I'm an attorney and I'm gonna sue the taint out from in between your asshole and your balls if you say that about me one more time. You have to get serious with people so they know you're not playing. And we haven't seen a reaction from Maurice and Marceau that begets that sort of seriousness in their response to a very serious allegation. Let's also add that Martell has a bone to pick with everybody, because he's the one who got embarrassed out of the entire cast by his actions becoming public, right? Martell has been subject to appropriate judgment from the fans, from viewers, from everybody, based on him cheating on Melody and doing it again, and then gaslighting her, acting like he don't give a fuck, being shameless when he's doing shameful shit. We know this is Martell, so he's giddy and excited to try to find somebody else to be guilty of something else, so that he's not the only one that has been wrong. There's that too. It's a lot of layers here, but to fix all of this, Maurice and Marceau need to be like, we did not do that. You're a fucking liar, and there's a consequence for you making that sort of false allegation against us. Until that happens, everybody will continue to believe Martell about this, because it's the confirmation of a suspicion that people have had since season 1, episode fucking 1, about Marceau and Maurice cheating on Letitia and Kimmy. That's it.
And the way they were defending themselves, I agree with you, Justin. And the way they were defending themselves.
I'm sorry, Claudia. The comment. I'm sorry, Claudia.
Oh yeah, well, I'll let him hit. He's good looking guy.
He's very good looking.
But
that's what Sheree said. Hey, yeah, I'll let him hit.
Yeah. If in real life, right, if you really care about the feeling of your partner and someone is on TV really standing on business saying that they cheated, they weren't even trying to comfort their wives. The way they were like defending, they were just like saying goofy stuff. They weren't like, if someone falsely accused me of cheating on my man, he's right next to me and the world is watching, I'm going to be looking at him like, yo, it's not true. You know they're lying. It's not true. I'll prove it to you. It wasn't like that. It was more like, for them, it was more, and they like you said, there was no threat of suing. You're a lawyer. They did not, to me, no
direct response. No clear, direct, blatant addressing of the question, which is not all this fluff shit. It's that you're lying, that never happened, and if you keep saying that shit, here's the consequence. That we never got that.
Can I be honest with you guys? Dustin, you just like, okay, so I agree with what Dustin said, and for me, it's the reason why I actually believe Martell, not the reason I don't believe him, though.
Okay.
Who better to do dirty shit with than someone like Martell, who, you know, number one, you think he's down for the clown, and you think he's down for it, right? And number two, if he speaks up, nobody will believe him for all the reasons that Dustin eloquently did. I have known so many people who have intentionally chosen people like Martell to do dirty shit with because they are people like Martell. And the reason why I believe they chose Martell to do this with is because the micro expressions, every time Carlos asked them, they would smile first and then have to bring it down and turn it into a joke. The micro expressions were screaming, we did this shit, but we can't believe this nigga is squealing on us. We thought you, because you're a dirty bird, were the perfect person to do this with, and it never occurred to us that because we picked the wrong bitch and we didn't pick somebody that you wanted to sleep with too, now you're our op rather than being a co-conspirator. I actually believe them because it's Martell, because who better to do this with? And honestly, and I think Claudia and Dustin both said this, it's not based on Martell, it's based on them. Their reactions are screaming.
Yes.
We're stunned that you're narking on us because you're a dirty bitch that we were supposed to get this off on you. You're the one person that we're supposed to be able to do this around, and now you're snitching on us. And I actually think because he's never had a good gotcha, that's why he's giddy and doing basement interviews and shit. Because he's like, I finally got me a fish. I finally got me a real one. For once, I can tell the truth. And people are like, we don't believe you because it's the boy who cried wolf.
It's like
I would have whooped Martell ass flat out.
Like,
I'm just gonna say it. I would have been across that stage whooping Martell's ass up out of that Jose Banks suit that he bought for the reunion when he was late. I would have whooped his ass because you don't get to say that's a direct. You cheated on your wife in front of me is a direct, clear allegation. Yeah. Me personally, I would have cleared that shit up. And until them niggas, Marceau and Maurice react in a way that is clear and direct, everybody's gonna believe Martell. Everybody's gonna believe him.
I think they're shocked he's snitching.
They're like a group of hoes. If they all went on a trip, a girls' trip, and they all got boyfriends back at the house, and two of them smacked, the other one doesn't.
I'll be back. I'm trying to get ready for Atlanta.
How dare you? Know we all get down like this. How dare you? Yeah, you're right, Blue. I agree with that. But I don't know. They did something that weekend. I think
it's the snitching face, Claudia. We know when men have that face, we're like, "Ooh, you're close." But because you're close, they're smiling, they're smirking, but you're far enough away where they can gaslight you.
Yes.
That look.
I don't think it's a story that we've been told. I think it's something else. I think they did do something that weekend. They did a few things that weekend. That's what I think.
And like, he glazed a little bit, and they're like, "Ooh, you almost told the whole story, you little bitch."
That's what I would act. I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. No, I didn't do that. I did something else.
That's snitching face. I'm sorry. Straight men have this straight man. You have a snitching face.
What is it? Show us. Show so the 5 straight men watching can see it.
No, okay, Claudia, can you do it? It's like if you say, "Did you sleep with your coworker?"
Oh wait, am I supposed to be the one that really cheated?
Yeah, you the YN.
Okay.
Did you sleep with your coworker? You know she likes you. She's always bringing you.
I didn't sleep with a coworker. I didn't sleep with a coworker.
What do I look like?
I slept with someone else. Right. It's like that smile, like you laughing because you're thinking about the thing. But I can stand on the one fact of it that it isn't true, but the action's true, but not the person. That's what it is.
Right.
Straight men do this thing where they look away, they smirk because they're tickled by what you got wrong, while they're trying to make light of what you got right.
It's this right here. Here you go.
Yeah.
First one, come on.
That ain't even my type.
That's exactly what he did right in your face, Carlos, the entire time. I'm sorry.
Yep.
You play back the video.
You know what? Martell, he need to be careful though. He got some stuff coming down the pike for him. You heard it here first. He got some stuff coming down.
And we still won't care. Well, how much more shame can he be? You had a baby outside of your marriage and got a divorce. You have the scarlet letter. Flat out.
It's worse than all of that.
Oh,
legend.
Okay.
Sorry, Carlos. I know this is your favorite.
I don't have a favorite.
Love all the girls.
He's a great reality star.
Very
good. One about his actions. Martell is an incredible reality star. He does a great job being a villain. He does a great job playing the villain on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
But he is a liar.
And a cheat. You're a liar.
And you're a cheat. I do want to get into Maurice's DUI story.
Hey, Melody.
What are your thoughts on starting with you, Blue? So,
oh my God,
Maurice DUI story. He was not. He was found. It was dismissed. I'm sorry. The case was dismissed. Kimmy said that she woke up 4 or 5 in the morning. She didn't see him. She went back to sleep. I said, "Do you think he was doing anything?" She said no. I asked Ms. Nell. Ms. Nell said, "Look, I'm gonna be honest. As somebody who experienced infidelity with my husband, a woman knows when their man's doing something. I believe that Kimmy's gonna say no to say no. She knows what really happened. I don't believe what they're saying. I think it's BS. They're not being transparent, and she knows what's up." Blue, do you agree with that?
I think she pulled a Rick James where Kimmy agreed with that 2 seconds later and didn't even realize it. She started off by saying, "I don't care. I didn't notice and I didn't care," to, "Yeah, I know he'd be grounding his feet on my couch." She was like, "Well, I've been saying for years on the record that I don't like when he does X, Y, and Z and he's outside." I'm like, "Wait, you You just switched it up in the middle of the sentence. So I have to play that back. I have to play a couple of these scenes back because the girls go 0 to 60 very fast. I think Miss Nell was trying her best to answer a messy question, Carlos. Carlos, you set that lady up, and she said, if I had to hypothesize based on my personal experience, this is my hypothesis, and I also think it's not my place to say because this is her business and it's her life, and if she likes it, I love it, right? I do like that Miss Nell tried to show a little bit of grace as someone in the trenches dealing with infidelity is like. I will say this, though. I think Kimmy does seem tired. She seemed tired certain parts during the reunion. Like there are certain things that she's kind of made peace with that she doesn't want to talk to us about. She seems tired. Dustin, you want to say something to that?
I do, sister. Tap me in.
Tap in. Go ahead.
Thank you. She seemed tired because Kimmy was not ready for Nell. She wasn't.
Yeah.
Nell came on that stage and literally rolled Kimmy like some dice, and Kimmy was not prepared for that. And so, like I said, I think that'll be the setup for a great season 12. The first point that I want to make is that Carlos King hosted the fuck out of that Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion. You always do a great job, but this was like
great.
This was exceptional. Can't nobody, okay, on the face of the earth host that reunion for Love and Marriage Huntsville like you can. So let's just let that be said. Second of all, I think that Kimmy has been clear that she don't give a fuck Maurice be out. Why everybody can't just accept that, right? Like y'all are waiting for her to admit that he was out with a woman when he crashed that car and all this other shit. No, the nigga was drunk allegedly, and the charges were dismissed factually. That's the beginning and end. You know what I'm saying? And I think like Blue, she did kind of double down on it, ended up inadvertently like saying what Nell said. Yes, Maurice was out late. Kimmy did wake up, look at the clock at 3 o'clock and went back to sleep because she don't give a fuck. He was outside, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? People are waiting for this smoking gun of that's it moment of discovery, but it's just not going to happen. They have the type of relationship where it's normal and acceptable for him to be out with his friends or whatever until 4 o'clock or whatever time. He don't have a curfew. That may not work with most people's relationships. Most people want to be more certain about the whereabouts of their partner, but there's a lot of people on this earth that don't give a damn about that. They have enough trust where if it comes out, it comes out. If he was gone, he was just gone. It's just another goddamn situation that this happened. It's another night for them. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just out that night. And I get that. And I feel like Kimmy was honest about that. So I kind of just don't see what people are waiting on. Let me ask you,
Dustin.
Yeah.
Do you think Maurice, during those hours, was out doing something with another woman, or inappropriate?
Nope. I think as inappropriate as it got was probably them being in a bar and like engaging in light flirtatious banter with people at the bar or whatever, and then play, you know, I'm married, whatever, and chill. You know what I'm saying? But they flirt a little bit. Y'all know how the game go. I think it was that those are the things, those are the dangers that people are fearful of when their partner is out in a social setting like that, where they can be flirting with other people or enticed to participate in something that goes against their boundaries. But for some people, they don't care that their partner hangs out.
But Dustin, do you believe that he wasn't drunk and that he hit a billy goat and then a total pole and then a lighthouse?
I believe he hit all that and that he was drunk. That's what I think. And I don't know what the court stuff says or whatever. I know he was the charges against him were dismissed. I'm not clear on what those charges were, but I definitely believe he was out drinking and he hit all that stuff. And I would have laughed at that table too. Y'all know me. I would have looked at y'all and made y'all laugh by the way I was laughing. You know what I'm saying? So
and,
like
and by the way, if the cop doesn't show up, it gets dismissed. Being dismissed doesn't mean that you didn't do it. It
just was dismissed. Yeah, it was dismissed. And we don't give him the respect of saying it was dismissed because it was. It was dismissed.
I think the reason why Kimmy didn't trip about, like, she looked at the clock and rolled back over is she's sick of him fucking on her so much. And if you're over having sex with your man, so many, like, he's hypersexual, he wants to do it 100 times a week, whatever. And he's wearing her out all through, and she was sick and all that. And when you're in that state of mind with your man, and she's already turned off by his soft hand activities and not like taking a hammer and a nail anymore, when you have a night off and you just like, oh, good, he ain't here. Because I was gonna pretend I was asleep when he got home anyways. So I think that's why we get the reaction. You know, she's probably like, oh, good, go do something because I'm sick of you anyways.
Yeah. I mean, that's a very plausible theory, Claudia.
Like I said, she's tired. We're about to Carlo. She's tired.
What Lil Kim say?
I'm laughing because the idea of waking up is 5 a.m. and your first thought is, okay, good.
I've done that before.
He's not gonna touch me.
When you're checked out or sick of it, you're glad, or pretending to be asleep. When they get home late, you're like, oh, he's probably gonna come home drunk and want to hump on me. But you're over it. Ladies in the comments, y'all know what I'm saying. You know this is true. We've all been in relationships towards the end. You're like, oh, I hope he doesn't, right? And then he come home late. You just want to pretend you sleeping, right? He nudging you, like acting like you dead. Yes, she probably wanted a break.
I've never done that, Claudia. I be hunching to the end.
I don't.
Y'all better than me because I would have had a padlock on my panties. You know what I'm saying? Like them Tom Ford shoes. I had that little lock on my shit. Like no.
You know when you're mentally out of it, when you're like done, you're over it, or you're just sick of it. Or sometimes it's like enough. We already did it enough. I'm still swollen from 2 days ago. Like you want to do it 8 times in one night.
Lord.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wrapping up Huntsville before we get to Atlanta. Starting with you, Claudia. One of the big things that happened was the conversation between Marceau and Letitia about the state of their marriage as it currently stands. Letitia Scott has 2 degrees, and she was a housewife. And what she's trying to do is find her place not only in the family business, but just in life. And the conversation then turned to whether or not, in this era of boss women, right, is Tisha falling down the path of being a boss chick because that's what society wants to build versus doing something that she does love, which is being a mom? Or do you think that Marceau is not listening to her, that she wants more out of life? And yes, he works hard and does all these great things for him and the family, but that he should find a way to also insert his wife in his business endeavor.
I think they're not listening to each other, and it's a sad thing to watch. Actually, I understand she started off as she had her degrees, and everything. And then she was a mom. She was happy, but I hear this from my friends that are moms. They have this conflict. I love being a mom, but then you also feel invisible as far as like the things as far as your accomplishments. I think this is a thing that Aisha Curry gets criticized for when she ever speaks on anything. Like, sometimes I wonder what I could have been if I wasn't just a mom. I love my life. And then she gets dragged for how dare you want to still see what you could accomplish when you have a great husband, wealth, you have a house, you have this or that. You can still, that doesn't make you a bad woman or a bad wife to still want those things. And trust me, I say this as someone that she got on my nerves this entire reunion, okay, and most of the season. But I do understand like how that feels. And then he's not listening to her say, I love this. I love the house. I love this. I love that. But a part of me still wants to feel included. And when he pushes her out of the business, that, to me, women can look at being included in business as a form of intimacy. I would. Like, you still value my opinion. You value my feedback. And when he's like, well, you should be happy and content with just being a mom, she's feeling like diminished, I think. I'm assuming. Let me not say what she's feeling. I would assume that. And so I get it. I think he's like, yeah, you got the big house. You should be happy with all that. And she's like, you're not listening to me. That's not enough. I want it all. So I don't know. They seem like they are not listening to each other at all.
Dustin?
Yeah, full stop for me. I didn't like the conversation at all. I thought that it was weird that we sitting on this stage discussing. And of course, I'm not talking about Chulo, so I'm just saying.
Oh, it's okay.
We sitting on this stage. I know, but just let me be clear for these motherfuckers. Sorry, but we're sitting on this stage discussing whether or not it's okay for a woman to have ambitions and want to have a career. What the fuck are we doing here, right? Me, I don't gel with the traditional antiquated gender role bullshit, and I don't understand why it would even be questioned that she elected of her own free will, right, to pursue a career in a traditional way. Why are we even discussing that? You know what I'm saying? She like that for me was crazy. And as a person that's been watching this show from season 1, episode 1, I liked her better after she went back to school. Okay, when Letitia Scott went back to school and started getting some independence and finding her voice, I enjoyed her better on television. So I thought that it was crazy that this woman is literally sitting up here crying. Take how you feel out about her on the show or whatever, and just look at it from the zoom out a little bit, right? And look at it for what it is. She's sitting on this stage crying because y'all have made her feel bad about wanting to get a goddamn job instead of being a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, can't
when
win.
Her kids have yet to be neglected. We have not one time seen her kids suffering or lacking on this show from her decisions to pursue traditional employment, right? What are we talking about here? She's not a bad mom, and the fact that she has been brought to tears because people are telling her, well, you were happier when you just stayed at home. That's not up to you to determine. That's up. We should be asking Letitia, were you happier when you were at home as a stay-home mom? Were you happier then? Instead of determining that for her. So whether you like Letitia Scott or not, or whatever the fuck, I just thought it was crazy. And I think that Marceau's needs can be met at the same time as Letitia finds fulfillment through whatever her career pursuits are. That's how I feel.
He was diminishing her contributions. And
I have a different view of that conversation, but it's probably based more on business than gender.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend who is Letitia Scott, and she watches the show. So, hey, friend, I'm not gonna mention your name. Don't worry. When I started my business, she said very much how much she wanted to work with me, right? And all my friends who wanted to work with me ended up working with me. She didn't. You know why? She found out the hard way that even though she likes the semblance of a boss babe, she actually is better suited for being a mom and being a stay-at-home mom, right? And one of the things that made me pause on feeling like he was gaslighting her was when he said, you're an amazing mother, and when we do business together, you don't show up with that same hunger. You don't take X, Y, and Z. I've hired friends and family who, like Letitia, wanted so bad, Blue, we see what you're doing, want to help you build your empire, and then it was time to go to work, and they like the optics more than the actual grunt work. And that happens a lot with women, in particular, to Claudia's point, who will think, oh my God, the grass is greener. I love being a stay-at-home mom. I'm great with these kids. I'm the business manager of this family. But let's say season one, because I watched season one and then I started watching the current season. So in my mind, I'm still stuck in season one because that's the last one that I watched before I came on the show. I remember her relationship with Melody Holt, right? I personally think that she thinks the archetype of Melody is very, very impressive. And then you even add Destiny to the mix. She finds women like Melody and Destiny very impressive. And when she's feeling unfulfilled, she assumes maybe I'll feel good if I act like one of them. But then to her husband's point, when she gets in the office, she doesn't have the thing, right? Like that passion that you have to have for business to kill what you eat in order to ascend. I don't actually think she has it. It's making me feel like Shamia, where you say that it's feeling very Shamia adjacent to me, where you're really good at this thing, but your heart kind of wants this other thing that you might not be as good at, but your default settings is also very valid. So I actually think I'm gonna cut him some bail. I think he's saying I played along and let you do business with me, and you're not really into it, and I have real business to do.
I agree, and Blue, you're on the money. And this is where. So I already identified where they were at fault. Here's where Letitia Scott is at fault. She did not come to the table with a specific passion, a specific plan, or whatever. This whole notion of boss or whatever the fuck is stupid because it is vague.
It's generic.
It's generic and vague, and it plays into a popular profile that is attractive to people that are stupid. Right? If Letitia Scott would have come to the table and said, hey, you know, I love medicine and my life's dream, my life's work is to save lives in a hospital. I've always wanted to be a doctor. We're just using that as an example. Because I love medicine so much, I have to pursue this passion. You know what I'm saying? That it's received in a way where people take you seriously, as opposed to just saying, I just want to do something.
I want to be a business lady.
Right.
I want to be a boss woman lady thing.
And like Blue said, then when Marceau does put you in position, right? Like, okay, we want to do something, we'll do this. And you underperform, then it's like, I don't even take you seriously anyway, take your ass back. into the other role that you were in. So I agree 100%.
Excellent at. By the, to Dustin's point, Dustin's who made me think of this. I was like, Dustin and Claudia are right. She's an excellent mother, but she yearns for the other. And Claudia, we all have female friends like this who they're really good in one world and they covet the other world. I thought that I wanted to be a housewife. I realized I would start taking meetings in the middle of dinner. I don't think I'm meant for that. I could be a work from home mom, but the passion that Letitia doesn't have, I have it for work. She has it for home, and I think she wants both. But she's excellent in the place where she already is.
I think
that was the thing that.
Oh, sorry,
Claudia.
Real quick, I just think that she doesn't really want to do the work of being a boss lady, but I do think she wants to be
respected.
Melody.
Yeah. I think she wants to be Melody so bad that she's thinking she has to be a boss lady.
When Melody's gone now, I think she's like, I should step up into that, the star, and that the star had the business, the relationship, the drama, the everything. It seems like, and that's probably why she's not succeeding at business, because it's not a passion, like you said, Blue. It's just the position. It's the position. It's the position.
And that, so to wrap things up, I do want to talk about the conversation on the stage because, to me, the reason why I love this show so much is because we get to talk about things that I feel like is so universal. And there is this era, right, of the boss chick, boss women, blah, blah, blah. And you two, I'm sure, can attest to this too. All of my friends I went to college with, interned with, out of college, career women, all of them, not just one or two, they all said to me, if they could live life all over again, they would have chipped at this ambition that they were raised to be, and they would have desired to have kids earlier. They would have found the man earlier. All of that drive would have been probably split to also find the husband and the child, because they all said to me, Carlos, we're in our 40s and we don't have a kid or a man, and a lot of them have regret. The thing with Tisha, and the reason why I wanted to add context on stage is 2 seasons ago, Tisha, out of her own mouth, said, I miss being a mom. My kids are growing up. I miss being a mom. I miss staying at home with them. And I remember watching it. So my added value to the conversation was, out of your own mouth, you said you miss being a mom. The beauty of your life, to me, is the fact that your life now is financially in a great place to where you get to, if you, based on your own admission, you get to be a mom. And her kids are wonderful. Spoiler alert, this season, her son, freshman year in college, 4.0 GPA. Wonderful. She's an excellent mother, right? And I will say this, as somebody who's done the show since obviously day one, I personally have never seen Tisha, in my opinion, have that same passion for the work. And that's why, for me, I wanted her to know, based on my relationship with my friends, like, girl, thank God you don't have to work. And because you miss being a mom, be a mom, stay at home. And she's like, but I want to do both. And I just said, baby, one thing Oprah said, you can have it all, but not all at once.
Let's just make sure that Letitia Scott, since you watching, what up? You need to make sure that you're very specific about your needs and wants, because this conversation has turned into a woman should a woman work or stay home with the kids? And that is not, I think, healthy, right? I think that it should be about her indecisiveness as opposed to the fact that, or as opposed to the question being whether or not a woman should work, or see, this is why women need to stay at home. They don't ever know what the fuck they want trying to do. No, you know what I'm saying? It goes into that territory, and I hate all of that talk. I hate that shit.
And that's why I wanted to add context to it, because it wasn't like choose one or the other. My thing was, and that's why I had to say, based on what she said out of her own mouth, I miss being at home. And I was like, well, girl, go back home. You don't have to work, which is a huge privilege and a blessing. But you're right, Dustin. I want to make sure that this wasn't a conversation about pick or choose, stay at home or working. It was more so like, when you're in a position where you really love being a mom and you miss it, and you got 2 degrees. Hey, Wendy. You know,
yeah. Take your ass back home. Yeah.
So
you can do both, but you have to be passionate about both.
Exactly.
And that's what it is. Because people that are passionate about it make it work. If you're trying to just cosplay as someone else or do it because you're on a show and there's a lot of pressure, I get that, where you got to seem like you're all things to everybody, right? I get that. So maybe this show is in her head, like people are watching. I got to be the good mom, the great wife, and the boss bitch. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to be all of it. Just be one that you're good at. Yeah, and that you like.
Yeah. All right, Claudia, Dustin, and Blue, it's time to get into the latest episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Blue, you brought up Shamia, so I want to start with you on this. Shamia meets with Cynthia at Lake Bailey because Cynthia wants to really understand what's going on with Shamia, especially her relationship with Porsha and why she did not invite Porsha to Gerald's birthday party. Shamia explains that she did not invite Porsha because of the things that were said in the text message between the two of them after last season's reunion. She's like, we're just not in a good place. Yes, she invited me to her home, but this is Gerald's birthday party, and that's why I invited Dennis, because Gerald and Dennis are cool, and obviously Gerald and Porsha aren't. And she even said, look, no shade, if Simon was in the country, he would have been there too. Blue,
don't call ice though. Don't let ice on.
Hey, we should be honest. Blue, what are your thoughts on that? Is Shamia justified for the fact that when you peel back the layers, when you zoom back a bit, it is Gerald's birthday, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're throwing a party for your husband, should the invite guest list be people your husband's cool with instead of who you cool with?
Yeah, this is a very simple question, actually. I don't think it's complicated at all. When it comes to my home, I get to decide who the fuck I feel comfortable in my home.
Hello.
To me, that's the end of the conversation. Okay? If Sky Daddy catch me in a bad day, he might not get in either. Like, what do you mean it's my house? Have you seen my McMansion? And here's the thing. Porsha, not to quote Evelyn Lozada, but Porsha's a non-factor in her real life right now, right? Her real life does not function with Porsha being factored in. So I was a little bit confused by the confusion. You and I aren't good. My dude is not good with you. My dude is good with your former dude, though, so he could come. This all makes sense to me if we think about it being his party. And we also think about the fact of Porsha inviting me to a Home Goods like little dinner party with people on their cell phones as fake dates. It's not the same thing as me having a Kenyan celebration for my bloodline and my man. Like, that's not the same thing. One is intimate and the other one is just the opening scene for the producers. Come on.
A Home Goods dinner party.
I'm so sorry. I recognize a lot of those items, okay?
Them Charger plates.
Porsha, I love Home Goods.
I think some of this stuff came from Home Goods.
Yeah,
I love Home Goods.
I love Home Goods.
I love Home Goods too.
I go every chance I get. I love Home Goods.
Yeah,
I got
Porsha's not too good for Home Goods. Shit. Mm-hmm. Absolutely is from Home Goods. So me coming to your little Home Goods fete is not the same thing as a Kenyan coming home celebration. So to me, I know I can be rough for her sometime. In this one instance, I'm actually 100% Team Shamia. I invited who the hell I wanted to my house.
All right, Dustin Ross.
100% with Blue. That's Shamia's damn house. The Sterling, I believe, is the name of that estate. And she can invite whoever she wants. The problem is that Shamia is ready for war this season. And it's just displaced when it's not appropriate. Prime example, when she went over to Lake Bailey to kick it with Cynthia, Cynthia was being warm, receptive, and kind to her. And I know I'm biased when it comes to Cynthia, but this time I'm just being matter of fact. She was warm and receptive to her. And Shamia was just chomping at the bit, almost, I think would be the best way to describe it. But yeah, but you know, I didn't think, okay, well, you got to do what you, okay, well, I didn't, you know, it was like, and every time she would gear up to like, she was just ready to fight.
She was ready.
And Cynthia was like, girl, I really fuck with you for real. Like, what's going on type shit. She's trying to level set with her. And I think that that's the problem with Shamia this season. So I'm with Blue. She can invite whoever the hell she want to invite. And the party looked like it was all that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, whatever. Porsha missed it. But I think Porsha had an appropriate response. Whatever. Like, she ain't want me there. I'm not going to be there. And until she flat out has drama with me, I'm going to be the bigger person and invite her to my shit. So...
Claudia?
Yeah, Gerald barely wants to film, and the fact that he signed a release that day, we got to jump on it and not cause any waves. Okay,
that's true.
Yeah, not bringing anyone here that he does not 100% want to be here, because she has to play it safe with him. He doesn't want to film. So the fact that he allowed a camera to be there at his party, of course he's not going to make it. He probably was like, listen, I'll agree, but I want that bullshit in my house. Like, if you and your former best friend are gonna be fighting up in this party, I'm not doing it. So that was probably a condition of him, allowing the cameras to kind of be there. So yes, I don't think Shamia was being shady by doing this, and I think Porsha had the proper response. I think that was they're not in a good place right now, and maybe give it some time. When you're lifelong friends with someone and you have a couple years of some stuff being bad, who knows? Maybe they can find their way back to each other. And I do think Shamia is on 10. I do. But I do think she's on 10 because she's very uncomfortable. She's uncomfortable. Like, you're on your former best friend's show, right? That, she brought you in. And this is new territory for her. I just feel like she's uncomfortable. That's why she's always defending herself. She's always like, yeah, but...
That's uncomfortable, though. It's spreading.
It is, but, like, I get why she's doing it. We may not like it, but when you're in an uncomfortable place, like, that's what people do when they're on defense. She's overly on defense, and she's not seeing how she's looking when she's doing it. We are now. But yeah, I wish she would tone it down. I wish she would be more unbothered. But I think she's such a green reality star that she's like, her heart is very much on her sleeve. So she's acting up.
I see it a little differently. I think that she is responding to the comments. That's what I think it is.
Well,
I
at the
think
time,
she don't want to look like a punk on TV. She don't want to look like the way that people, this lap dog shit, I think has really gotten to her head. And I think that she's playing more towards that. So anytime she's in a scene where there's a conversation that can get heated, her determination is not to lose an argument. I think that's what the behavior is reading as to me, as opposed to her not being comfortable in the space. Because Shamia been on TV since the 60s. She done been a cheerleader for, you know what I'm saying? She done been a cheerleader for the Falcons. Her parents had money. She's Atlanta royalty. Her husband is rich. Like, she done had attachment. I'm just saying, like, since forever. I don't think the attachment to celebrity is new for her, is what I mean by since the 60s. But so I don't think that she's uncomfortable with these eyes on her. I just think that she has seen
cooking right now. Y'all not hear what he's saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm hearing it.
But listen to what he said. They're always favored, though. She's not just attached to celebrity. She's attached to fan faves. So she's been fan fave adjacent or a fan fave her entire career since the 65, right? Since she was in the back of that bus. So Candy, Nene, it's always beloved fan faves who she's sitting next to. And then she became a fan fave, and now she's on the opposite end. And to Claudia's point, I think her positioning is new to her. She's not new because she's long in the tooth when it comes to the industry. But I think being on the outside of fan favor is new for her.
Yeah, I get that. I agree.
I disagree. She has not had experience in a starring role. She has experience.
Well, not starring, but the sidekick is still seen on the scene.
She was like an extra, okay, and I like her. She being a cheerleader and all that stuff is cute, but that is in no way, shape, or form the same as being a housewife, y'all.
But you're speaking in the context of housewives, and I think me and Blue are speaking in the more context of her life, like her day-to-day life. Yeah. Like in Atlanta.
What did she do in the industry? She was
she was on the radio every morning. She was a cheerleader for the Falcons and all that shit before the housewives. Also, Claudia, you got to remember, she grew up with a bag. She lived in Atlanta, and she was a beautiful girl. She always was attached to popularity and all that shit.
And her housewives, she was attached to popular housewives.
Yeah, although she may have been a D character connected to the Housewives franchise, in her day-to-day life, she's been the shit. She's not foreign or stranger to the idea of being popular or the center of attention. That's the point I'm making.
I have to respectfully disagree with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm seeing people like no one really knew her like that on a big scale. Yes, in Atlanta, a few people here, like people may know her around the way, but there's a huge difference of being a friend and being a housewife. That's a huge leap. It's like,
absolutely. But I think Claudia, the point of
there's also a big difference from being known around Atlanta and being around rich people. And if you're a cheerleader, I'm sorry. That is so bottom of the, I'm sorry, Shami, and I like you, but that is not a big deal. It's really not. I don't care if you're a cheerleader.
In terms of attention and fame and shit, right?
I was living in Atlanta when she was a cheerleader.
I don't want the cheerleaders to jump you, so go ahead.
They're not going to jump me. They're not going to jump me.
We're trying to help.
They're not going to jump me, okay? They are. She wasn't known like that. She isn't. Shamia is not comfortable yet. She's not, in my opinion.
We agree. I actually agree with Claudia. She's not known, but I think the point Dustin is making is popularity, whether you're a local celebrity or an A-list celebrity, she's not foreign to being popular and she's not foreign to industry circles. And when we do hear of her, whether it's A, B, C, or D, the rest of the alphabet, she's always standing next to a Candy, a Nene, a Porsha. So when we do see her, she's always out of favor. And this is the first time that we've been looking at her where she's out of favor. So yes, you're right. She's green as a housewife, but she's also used to us looking at her when we do look at her, even if it's once every 6 months. Usually there's heart eye emojis. Now we got little stabbies. Okay, she's not used to the little stabbies and the knives and people being mad at her. And I think that's why it's a shock to her system because she's used to being loved.
You know what, Claudia? I don't like you. Because we disagree about Shamia. We ain't friends no more.
I have never had a problem standing in my opinion for people. And
Claudia saying she D-list, and me and Claudia saying D is still part of the alphabet.
Okay.
Carlos, I get a word in. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to say
D-list is still part of the alphabet. I'm just saying, give Shamia a little bit of a break.
Okay. So this is what I have to say. Number one, I agree with all three of you guys in the sense of my house, my rules. You can't tell me how to entertain, do anything in my house. So I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yes.
What we have to understand is this, and this is when the producer Carlos comes out and tells y'all what is really going on. Okay, Shamia was being a real person by not inviting Porsha in her home.
She wasn't being a reality star.
She wasn't thinking about TV.
No.
When Porsha invited all the girls and their husbands and their cell phones, boyfriends, and Porsha, that was for the show, right? It was. I'm the star of the show. I'm the face of the show. The producers want, because this is when this is more of a housewife thing, I'll say that much. It's a housewife thing. Because on my shows, we don't do this as much. On Housewives particularly, every premiere has to have all the cast together. And as producers, you pick which girl that you want to host the all-cast event. Obviously, Porsha was chosen. She's the face of the show. It's her show. And that's not disrespecting any of the women. That show's Porsha's. It is what it is. Okay. Porsha inviting Shamia was for the TV show. And that was that. Porsha was thinking producer. Shamia was thinking wife. And that is the distinct difference in terms of reaction, because you got to give kudos to Shamia for in that moment. And guys on social media, especially the ones who started watching Housewives 5 seasons ago, don't get me started, Dustin.
Missed the good stuff.
Y'all are judging Shamia based on the Housewives play of TV. And what I can share is there's tons of moments, and that's why you got to give Shamia and Kelly their props being new. They're not trying to do anything for y'all. They're like, they understand that they can't win for lose when it comes to the audience, because Porsha is the fan favorite. Porsha has a lot of fans. And they're aware that no matter what we do, y'all gonna like us. So fuck it. My decisions will be my decisions, which is why when Cynthia, I love you, Cynthia. Cynthia did try it when she tried to say, well, is what you're going through in your personal life is the reason why you act like this? And Shamia said, no, I'm just matching energy. Shamia is doing what she's supposed to do. She's being a real person. If me and Dustin constantly are having issues, and the moment I hit record live as someone 10-ish on Monday. I'll be late. I don't have the ability to cut off me and Dustin's behind the scenes drama because I'm trying to please the 7,500 people who's watching us now. I don't have the ability to do that. I have to be a real person. And I think what Shamea was trying to tell Cynthia, and my opinion, this was the first scene to me where I felt Shamea was being super honest about her feelings because she wasn't thinking about what the audience wanted, to me.
Okay.
Reasonable. I will say she was being reasonable this scene, which is why, even though I know I've been hard on Shamea and I meant that shit, so I'm not taking it back. But I said I'm not a hater, right? I can admit when a broken clock, and I think in this moment she was being incredibly sincere and saying this is bigger than the show. I do, however, think that Angela's discernment is proven correct every episode as we go deeper into the Shamea cave. And Angela might need to sell, tarot cards instead of fans, baby, because she saw this coming a mile away. So I just want to give Angela, and also too, speaking of Angela talking about her mother passing, speaking of real, I felt like everybody pulled a Shamea and wasn't thinking about us or the show. I think in that moment they were just there. I love that scene of her saying, "Hey, I made it, even though this is the anniversary of my mother passing. Life isn't fair," and everybody put away the housewife. I
love that.
It made me tear up a little bit, honestly.
Loved it.
This was my favorite, one of my favorite episodes. I found myself liking people that I've been critical of on the show, seeing them in a better light. I loved the skating party when they all had a good time because I'm kind of sick of the two camps. Like, it's annoying, right? It was dope to see them be able to do that. I will say, with the Shamea and Porsha thing, or Shamea Cynthia thing, you're seeing someone green in reality in the star position against a veteran. And I'm telling you, I know I can get drunk. Stop making a bunch. I'm just giving my perspective as far as you're in a scene with a veteran when you're moving as a real person and not a seasoned vet who's seen myself in 3, 4, 5 seasons to know how to take over a scene and pivot. And I'm doing it for the cameras. And the girls that have been there for a while are very, very good at that. They're really good at that. You will end up losing every time. It's very hard to win in those scenes. So we're not going to really see how good Shamea can really be for 3, 4, 5 years. And to give you an example, back in the day, Kenya versus Porsha. I know they came on at the same time, but Kenya seemed like she knew her way around a reality camera a lot better. And I will give this to Porsha. Porsha was operating sincerely in the moments. And eaten up by Kenya because Kenya is more calculated. Kenya is not going to just let things fly by the seat of her pants. Kenya is smart. She's like Omarosa, although I can't stand Omarosa, but they're very good at reading, clocking, and giving you the bits you need for production. And I do think Porsha was getting frustrated with Kenya. I think Porsha really wanted to be friends with Kenya, and it really, it made her more endearing because she was living in the moment. She wasn't trying to produce. And I think that's what Shamea's doing. So you're gonna go through growing pains for a few years. It's not just me giving all this grace to Shamea. I just get how it is. You can be super successful in music videos and cheerleading and this and the third, but it's a different animal in that show. That show is not easy.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
Claudia's talking it.
No, and then you go back, you're like, fuck, I wish I would have read the room better. I wish I would have known that she was playing me. I wish I'd have known when they take the high road and invite you to their house, they know, wow, she's taking the high road. She's not bothered as much. She can be bothered. She understands production.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to add context to what the audience is seeing, because the reason why reality, especially a show that's been on for 17 years, is going through this weird phase is because, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? But I think the audience, you guys have to look at it when you're a vet or an OG, you operate differently than the newbie. And the newbie's coming in, although, like y'all stated, since the 60s, by proxy, Shamea was everyone's favorite +1. Right? He was everyone's favorite +1. But I think what people have to understand too is what me and Claudia knows, being a part of that, that ecosystem or echo chamber, whatever the proper word is the fact that you could watch it and be like, I would do this, I would do that, or boom, boom, boom. There is something about being in it that you're sort of like, this is different, which is why for me, watching Pinky and K Michelle scene that followed that moment was another moment to me of this is about TV. This is not a moment. Pinky, we'll get to you, Montel Jordan, later, child, because
yeah, this is
okay.
how we do it. I was like, what's going on?
Yes,
I can't.
She said a legend, boy. I said, oh, that one song.
I think Montel Jordan. I'm joking.
He's good. Hey, cousin.
I'm joking. The thing, okay. K Michelle confides in Pinky that after her and Shamia left Drew at the table, in last week's episode, they went out partying. K Michelle alleged that Shamia's mom had her breast up into her chin, and they were hanging out until 2:00 in the morning. She said that Shamia allegedly got so wasted that she said something along the lines of, I really want to be your friend, but my friends don't want me to be your friend. Mm-hmm. And K Michelle in an interview said she cried, and that she's not interested or into candy-coated nights. Now, to add context to that for the audience, and Dustin, I will get to you first for sure. Listen, what we all know is this, and this is the reason why we talk about vets and newbies. Okay, Dustin, I can literally hear you sighing. What we're watching is this. We all know, which I wish they could break the fourth wall in this, but I know they can't, is competing networks. As you all know, K Michelle and Rashida. Rashida and Candy are best friends. Mm-hmm. Toya Rushing, who used to be Toya Johnson and Toya Wright, was married to Myth Hits when K Michelle made those statements against Myth Hits. Mm-hmm. Candy is close to Toya. She's also close to Rashida. And we all know that Shamia is close to this particular clique in Atlanta. So that's what K Michelle was talking about. Now, with that being said, and I'll start with you, Dustin. Is it plausible? That if I'm Candy Burris, Rashida Frost, or Toya Rushing, and I'm seeing Shamia, courtesy of Instagram, hanging out with Kay, is it plausible that perhaps they could be careful around Kay, don't get too close to her, etc.?
100% plausible, and probably did happen. But as a seasoned reality veteran and television personality, K Michelle's ass should have known to keep that off the show. And that beef has nothing to do with anything that's going on with this cast of ladies. And unless Rashida is going to make some guest appearances, or Toya Rushing is going to be a friend of the show or make guest appearances, or Candy agrees to come back as a housewife or make guest appearances or be a friend of. I beg
for all those to happen.
Which we would love to happen, because then we are cooking with gas, right? But unless that happens,
not you praying.
Unless that happens, what did Monique say on the Breakfast Club? Name names or keep it on the playground, right? That don't have nothing to do with the show. And K Michelle got to let all that hurt go, or at least compartmentalize it in a way that it doesn't affect her performance on this show. Because the combination of introducing that dynamic that we can never see resolve from, right? Because none of the players are on the show. So the combination of that dynamic, plus her refusing to participate in scenes, plus her refusing to expound on the theories of the plot, plan, and scheme and all of that, it is adding up to something that's not enjoyable to watch. And I thought the dig at Candy was stupid, because Candy's not even in this. She's not even on the show. So that's how I felt about it. I knew it was coming. I knew in my mind that K Michelle was going to find an issue with Shamia based on that shit with Candy and Toya and Rashida and them. But I was hoping that by merit of her experience in the reality TV space, she wouldn't make that decision. But here we are. So it was dumb. It's another thing that we're never gonna see the end of. There's no way to tell the story. You know what I'm saying? And if Shamia said that to K Michelle, this is all her fucking fault. Because why in the fuck would you tell her, hey, my friends don't want me to be your friend? You ain't that damn drunk. Your mama was there. So we can't even blame it on the alcohol like that. Who get drunk that damn drunk in front of their mama? Who in the last scene, the last time we saw Shamia's mama, she was praying on camera. So Shamia, if you just chose to say that to K Michelle, thanks a lot, Shamia, because now we have to deal with this shit.
Yeah,
Something that's another fucking riddle. She might as well wear a green jumpsuit with black question marks all over it and then purple eye things and be the damn Riddler, because another fucking thing we're never gonna figure out.
Yeah.
It's like just more shit that doesn't make sense to the audience. And it's so frustrating. That's
Shamia,
go ahead, Claudia.
Shamia definitely messed. Like, why would you do that, Shamia, girl? Like, why would you do that? Like, it's not. Maybe you were drunk. I don't know, but why would you do that? And I agree. Bring in Candy and listen. After episode 3 with K Michelle flop, every week I see, like the Homer Simpson meme where he just slides. Is it Homer sliding back?
Yeah, in the bush.
Bushes, yeah.
K Michelle, she's right here right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And singing the national anthem on the way out.
Like, I just don't like the thing she's doing. She's not engaging like she should. The thing they're not. It's disjointed issues, and it's everything's she's very paranoid. She's very, very paranoid. And I just thought, like, it's funny that the producers left in that dig at Candy when we're not going to be able to get Candy in on this. Like, it's like they're showing her on. It's a little bit of an unraveling.
You know what I think, Claudia? And I want you to finish. I think it's smoke signals.
To get her to come back on, maybe.
This is no shade at all. This is the season Candy needs to be on.
Yeah.
Paige is back, and you got K Michelle.
Yeah.
I think to Dustin's point, producers, I'm having an orgasm in my chair the way Trisha did when she spun the block. I am telling you, if we can get Candy breaking off Rashida and Toya and K Michelle the same show with Phaedra,
pay-per-view. It wouldn't be on Bravo. It'd be a special Peacock add-on.
Yeah. I agree.
Can we just? And I'm gonna be a broken record into the season finale. I think as of last week, it's official. I'm gonna keep reminding y'all. Angela Oakley got cussed out for saying this 3 weeks ago. I'm sorry. More and more down to this episode. Every single time K Michelle is acting like the lady in the train, talking to the empty chair, somehow Shamia is in the horizon. The pattern is getting louder and louder. I can hear the saxophones at this point. Every time K Michelle's about to embarrass herself, she just finished talking to Shamia. It just so happens that this time she was drunk at the club with mommy's titties up, making confessions. I don't think this is, and maybe I'm alone, I don't think this is the first time that Shamia has done a, by the way, let me tell you something devastating so you can cry like a Jodeci video afterwards. I think she's been getting intel from Shamia, like Angela's hypothesized, and that K Michelle is starting to think, because Dustin said it right, K Michelle's a little paranoid, all right, a little paranoid. K Michelle's thinking, well, why are you always the one bringing me the bones? You a bone. I think she's starting to clock that Shamia is bringing her so many bones. She's starting to judge them, and I think we're about to watch, even in the preview, she's going to turn on Shamia for being her source.
I think so too.
Also blowing to K Michelle so much, K Michelle's starting to look at her crazy, like, bitch, why do you always have some tea? And then I get into the street and I argue with people, and I can't tell them. You tell them now. I look like the crazy lady on the train station. I think Shamia's been sharing more than just this, and I think the stuff that we thought Shamia was telling Kelly, I think she's actually telling K Michelle.
Wow.
I think she realizes that K Michelle's a big dog and thought this tea makes more sense with K Michelle than with Kelly. And poor Shamia, throw her some Belle. I don't think she realized that K Michelle wasn't wrapped all the way tightly. So she planted the seed and a big old weed grew that she wasn't expecting. I don't think Shamia expected it to be handled this sloppily, which is why in the preview, she looks stunned when somebody says, oh, K Michelle, are you good with Shamia now? Shamia's like, when did we have problems? Bitch, you next.
Sidebar, I was playing K Michelle's More Issues in Vogue album earlier. That album had some shit on it. Sleep Like a Baby was my shit, and All I Got, I love that song. K Michelle got some shit in her catalog, for real, for real.
And Shamia got some shit in her house because Kelly, unfortunately, has to move out her house because she had issues with her neighbor.
Wait, Lois, the shit in her house is Kelly?
No. Meaning Shamia got
boxes.
to her house because Kelly had to move into her townhouse.
She home.
So, as we learned in this episode, Kelly is moving out of her house.
She's unhoused.
She got into it with her neighbors. We did learn from Us Weekly a few months ago that the neighbor was complaining of noise and a bunch of other stuff. She also said the house has had bad memories when she was going through her husband, well, now ex-husband. And Shamia has a townhouse that she received. Did she say she bought this before she got married?
She said after she got married, it was one of her first investment properties she bought.
Investment property.
Yes, and ladies, when you marry a rich man, buy property, not just handbags. Okay.
So you don't end up in an apartment like Kelsey's dumbass on Real Housewives of Rhode Island. How in the fuck you rolling with a guy like that and you leave and he paying a lease for your apartment instead of buying you a fucking house? Dodo brain. The elevator's not making it all the way up, right? But let's go ahead, Carlos.
Okay. What starting with you?
It's
Thank
like
you for
hello.
saying I does, but not the other word.
Yeah.
I saw you catch yourself. But Claudia, what did you think? Because I think this was a scene where we are learning a lot about Kelly's personal story, but we also get to see how close her and Shamia are in real life.
This episode, I really felt that they have, well, not just this episode, I really do think they have a real friendship outside of their mutual issues with Porsha. I do feel that way. I do feel I don't think you can fake it this long. And it does. And I am glad to see that because I don't like friendships where, oh, you don't like her? You don't like her? Okay, let's be friends. And whether or not it started like that, it doesn't feel like that now. And I do like that. I do like seeing that there does seem to be some real friendships for me. I thought it was funny. I do think they're both operating like newbies, which is good because that's when you're going to get the most authentic takes from them, I think, you know. And I do like that Kelly is like not embarrassed to share embarrassing stuff about her. And many people said they were getting annoyed by her, didn't like her. We need more of that. We need more of that. Like, love her or hate her, I'm down for anyone that's want to show us some vulnerability on this show. Whether it's annoying, whether they're one of your faves and not faves, we need that. And I like that. And I like that for Kelly. So, you know, more of that. And some of the newbies were doing that. I mean, the vets were doing that as well, too. This episode had everything. It had everything. It
was really good.
Yeah. Blue?
I think it's amazing that we're going to see Phaedra in court actually doing lawyer stuff and winning. We haven't seen that in a couple of decades. So the fact that she's reaching for Shamia, she's reaching for Phaedra, it shows that she does have a sisterhood within the walls. I will say this though, I hope that she's not just the friend that everybody's coming to help, and that we see a different story for her next season. I don't want another season of this. Like to Claudia's point, she is doing a great job opening up, but it feels like the divorce was like lowercase this season. Now it's her major storyline outside of wanting to Nuck If You Buck with Porsha, season number 2. I would like her third season to be less this and more of something where she's centering herself, because it still feels like she's latching on to other people's stuff and she happens to be going through a divorce with somebody who's mean to her. I actually want to see Kelly win, because when she came on the show, she was supposed to be like this chicken and waffle, like Pinky. She was supposed to be like this big restaurant tour, and then we haven't seen her in that light, and I kind of miss seeing Kelly in that light. So yes, I'm happy she's sharing her bad days. I just hope she has some more good days for her storyline.
Yep, I agree with both of y'all, Claudia and Blue. I think it is time for some triumph in Kelly's story. You know what I'm saying? However, I think Kelly is having a strong, this was a strong episode for Kelly. Yeah. His personal story is what it's all about. And seeing Phaedra gift her, that was sincere. When Phaedra was like, so this is my gift to you. Like, that was sincere. I loved seeing that. I love seeing Shamia, provide this option for housing of Kelly. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was dope as fuck. They're absolutely real friends. And this is the real shit. You know what I'm saying? To me, if you're gonna show somebody going through a divorce on television, it can't just be, I'm going through a divorce, and when we sit down at dinner, we talk about how I'm just going through a divorce. No, we're seeing Kelly literally go through the divorce, moving out of spaces, talking about the elephant in the room, which is her not being able to feel with her minor children. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of shit. So shout out to her for keeping it real and being like, no, I'm gonna give y'all the real of exactly what's going on in my life, even if it means I cuss y'all out at Phaedra's dinner party because I'm just fucking had it today. You know what I'm saying? I think Kelly deserves some praise for that.
Yeah, I think for me. Oh, go ahead, Claudia.
No, go ahead, please.
No, I was gonna say, because listen, that's why I don't even engage on Twitter anymore when it comes to the reality, not the real ones. Y'all know, but a lot of y'all leave me alone. Y'all don't just because somebody is clocked in at your fave doesn't mean they should get fired. It doesn't mean they should get to mean DM that you send them. You guys want a boring show. All y'all want to see is y'all favorites do nothing. Y'all love somebody on the show who gives y'all nothing. But yes, what really gives y'all absolutely nothing.
What glam?
Hey, y'all love her, and that's why she'll stay on. You have someone like Kelly, and I love Kelly. I'm friends with Porsha in real life. I can sit here and say Kelly is great for the show because she activated Porsha.
Yeah.
Because Porsha wants her show to be good. Porsha appreciates someone like a Kelly to activate her the way she did because that means Porsha can run up the check next season. You guys are stupid. You guys are less than smart. Y'all don't even get and appreciate the villains or the people your faves don't like because they're actually making the show better.
Oh,
Kelly, and I agree with Blue. When Kelly got on the show, she was seen as like this chicken and Waffle House maven, right? And unfortunately, what we're seeing, and maybe there's a conversation for another day, but I just got to be honest. I am kind of over seeing the storyline, and this is nothing against the girls. I am over the storylines of these girls coming in with this empire, and then by the next season, it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's sort of, and I think what Blue is saying too is we're sort of like left with our own devices of, well, you were this when you first got on, and now you're this, and I'm trying to get my head around it. I'm so confused. And I know I keep bringing her name up because to me, she is one of the best who's done it in terms of business. Is Candy. Candy came
absolutely.
And everything was like this. And even when her personal was like this, her businesses always did this while her personal life torpedoed. And one thing we loved about Nene when she got on, Nene started here, and then we saw like, what the fuck, this woman is over Hollywood? I want some of that. And as we're looking at this season, and we unfortunately are seeing what Pinky and Kelly are going through, and my heart goes out to them. I do understand where Blue is coming from, which is like, I do want to see more wins. And while I appreciate the honesty in terms of the failed businesses, I don't want the narrative to be that these Black Atlanta housewives all come on the show, and next thing we know, they're filing for bankruptcy or something happened with their business. Because it's like, I lived in Atlanta, Kiana Watson. The list goes on in terms of Black women who really do have great career. And I want to see more of this. And going back to Kelly, I appreciate Kelly for being honest. And that's why I love Shamia, because Shamia, yes, cheerleader, Hawks game, all that shit. I like seeing a Black woman living a soft life because she don't have to. And she chooses more of that, please.
I think they put a lot of pressure on self-imposed to come in there as this bigger than life, bigger than they really are. And then it falls apart because you really can't maintain it. And I would like the show to be more open to women, not starting at the bottom, but at a starting point where they don't have to feel like they got to come in and fake it for the cameras or make this. I'm this huge mogul when you're really not. Because then we had to be sad and watch them fall apart in the show. And then they all live above their means. We all know this. I've said this many times. people feel the pressure to get in above their heads, renting clothes and doing things for the show when they really can't maintain, especially that first and second year salary, y'all. It's like crazy until 3, 4, and 5. That's just how it is. So I
not
don't
to stop you there, and because you brought up salary, I don't know why you guys are tripping about Drew Sidora's. I'll say alleged because she didn't say anything. Her alleged salary, $26,000 an episode, or a 20 episode order, where she works for 3 months out of the year. She's been on the show for 5 seasons. Drew Sidora finally, in my opinion, is now getting the flowers because let's be clear, y'all didn't like her until last season.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all don't like new housewives. Y'all want to hire. And guess what? I did too. I didn't like her Tyler Perry scenes in the beginning, but at least I told you to her face.
Same.
I told you to her face.
I love her this season. Destiny Payton, same thing.
Yeah, I love Destiny this season. You're right.
That's a lot of fucking money, you morons.
And that's her base. That's the base. Then there's the bookings, that the higher elevated money you get because of that. You may make $400,000 or $500,000 there, but then you may match that or make more outside of that with all the bookings. That's just what happens. And to scoff at 26,000, people on network TV, a lot of them are starting at that with a weekly rate. Yes, it goes up to 100,000, $1 million, all that. But like a $25,000, $26,000 an episode fee is not a bad fee, y'all.
Yeah, at all, especially when your ass ain't making it. Half the motherfuckers that was talking shit about it was broke. Didn't have nowhere near that. We're not shaming nobody, but like that was ridiculous to me. That kind of talk. Like, what do you mean? She's happy with it. Obviously, she's continuing with the show. I think if she felt it was too unfair, she wouldn't be on the motherfucker. You know, so.
People making 2 episodes, her 2 episode scene per year, maybe 3, talking about what she's getting every week is crazy to me. Yeah. Again, Black women, it is always difficult for us in this business. Housewives is one of the better ones.
Got people flexing for $4,500. So I'm saying we start off the show with somebody flexing over $4,000 for a baby.
Being a whole,
All right. But I love Pinky Cole and Montel Jordan.
Oh,
I feel like I say this every week, and Pinky, I love you, but Pinky, once again, cut the shit. I'm tired.
Yeah,
I wasn't ready for that. I was still sipping. What happened?
Pinky, stop.
She's another one, you guys.
We all have a Rolodex.
Oh yeah,
we all have one. I have.
Claudia said she's going into the bushes. That's why she had to pull out.
I have 2 billionaire cell phone numbers in my phone. One of them, you all.
Hello.
I'm not saying names, Claudia. Denise Jordan.
Angela is my middle name, actually.
Not Denise with that ponytail.
Right. Anyways, I have billionaires in my phone.
Hi, Oprah.
He said in that jail.
Shut up. Anyways, I have, in the worst of, I'm not gonna say her name because she's canceled. I hang out with some fabulous people, Dustin, and you know that in New York City. Like,
yeah.
The thing is this: I literally just told you guys 2 years ago that one of my best friends is Tika Sumter, because I never wanted y'all to know that until we did our podcast last year. She was like, "Bitch, I'm doing your podcast," and I said, "Oh gosh, this is gonna be weird because now people don't know my business." But my point is, this is your first season. Montel Jordan, who I appreciate as an R&B artist, and I'm not here to diss somebody to up. I love his song "What's Going On Tonight." That's my favorite.
What's the other 2 you like?
The Midnight Rain interlude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Give me another one.
Claudia,
we only know 2. Don't do this.
He looked really good and young. He has not aged. He looked
amazing.
He's been fine. Yeah.
My thing is this.
Let's ride.
I'm gonna need Pinky to put down the Rolodex. We got Naturi Naughton last year, Milano. Not last year. Last week we had Naturi Naughton, whatever. Last week before that, we had Milano. Then before that, like
we had Maury. We had Maury on the show because of
we had Maury Povich.
Yeah.
My thing is this: I'm more interested in what you and Derek are talking about. What happened when did you low key? I don't know if you turned down the $5 million that he offered you.
Why we not seeing your husband in 5 episodes?
Yes.
We loved him. That was the peak of your fucking season so far.
And that's let me tell you something. A lot of us fell in love with Phaedra season 3 because of Apollo. We said, okay, bitch, we want to see this man and what y'all going through, and we love their dynamic. I strongly believe that there's a dynamic because let's have a conversation. And y'all ain't gonna like this, and that's fine. I am 99% right. The thing.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait, is that a fact or?
Because there's an exception to every rule.
Okay, go ahead.
And Blue, you know I'm right when I say this. Anytime there's a power couple, there will be a power struggle in the relationship. Okay? I care more about what is it like the fact that you two have these businesses, and let's be clear, one of y'all or both, I don't know yet because I'm too busy seeing celebrity appearances. Ooh. One of y'all are in competition with each other. That's what happens. And that's the quiet part we're going to talk about out loud. That is a storyline I want to see. I don't give 2 fucks about Montel Jordan marrying you, counseling you, therapeuting you. Who gives a fuck? I care more about what is Derek like at home? Who's with the kids while y'all are working? Is there a woman in the basement that could be the nanny?
That was lazy producing.
And something else by night? Does she play a dual role? Does she get 2 paychecks? These are things I want to know. I don't want to see any more celebrity appearances. I'm sick of it. Give me fucking Theraflu. I'm sick. I'm bothered. I am over it. The moment and I'm gonna say this, I can't talk about it no more. And this is no shade. I fast forwarded the scene because I was that sick of seeing it. So I don't know what happened.
Well, if we being honest, I hate marriage counseling scenes anyway.
Yeah.
Hate it. That's why Shamari and Ronnie DeVoe made me fucking sick on this show every week. Hey, man, it's just we married, man. It's just married to something else, man. You got to stay together, man. I don't be wanting to see all of that shit. I've had it. Just be fucking married. So I don't want to see nobody sitting down to talk to nobody. I'm so glad Nell and them ain't mentors on Love and Marriage Huntsville no more because I hate seeing that shit. You got qualified professionals that do that. You know what I mean? I don't want to see no damn. I hate that. It makes me not want to fucking get married. And not because it looks hard, because it looks corny. Oh. So there's that.
Well, I quit after 4 months. So anyway.
Respect, Claudia, respect.
Hey, man, I know. Listen, I get off the train if I see it's not going to the proper stop. All right, I get off. I don't need to stay on the train. So anyways, you dropped the bombshell with the husband. I don't know how many episodes ago. It was a long time ago where he wanted to help you out of the bankruptcy, the $5 million, and then we never see you again until you with Montel Jordan. That is crazy. There should have been a couple follow-up conversations. That's a man that we want to see that, and that is not something to tear them up. That is actually a dope dynamic. We don't really get to see that. My baby's going through bankruptcy and her feeling like her pride is in the way of taking that money. That could have been a really good. I think she'd be less it's not annoying. All these fights, I think she's grasping for these fights she's having and being on Ready and on 10 all the time in the group settings. I think it would balance out her persona on the show. If we can see some moments with her husband, it would make her more valuable. Because right now, you're right, all these guest appearances, it's lazy producing. Oh, you got Montel Jordan this week? Okay, who you got next week? That's lazy. Dig into her story about her and her husband. We don't get to see that dynamic much on other reality shows. Let's see it.
I think
Pinky got a good husband. Sorry, Blue.
No,
and sorry, Blue. Dustin won't do this, and neither should he. Pinky has a good-looking husband. And that's why I brought up Apollo. We don't call it what it is. We watch these shows to see eye candy too. So the fact that we got Derek Hayes, fine ass, on the show, no.
Carlos, rank the husbands from finest to least finest. I want to hear
Gerald, Derek Hayes.
Keep going.
Is that it?
Oh, Charles Oakley.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any husbands left?
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. No, there's more.
Who?
No, K. Michelle's husband.
Oh, girl. Sorry. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wow,
Claudia
Blue.
is so-
Remember me different. I'm so sorry.
Claudia, or you not to be drinking tonight, Claudia. You are messy. Go ahead, Blue.
Okay, I almost forgot my thought. Like, girl, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Sorry,
Blue.
I'm
You gotta say
sorry.
Blue.
No, I plead the fifth. That was not supposed to come out. Claudia Jordan had me under the
Wow.
I will say this.
I just want to know what y'all thought.
Whenever Carlos, I've noticed, because I like to look at patterns. Whenever Carlos starts spitting and getting mad and looking like he wants to flip the table, to Judice, it's usually because one of the girls is not being vulnerable and she's leaving good story on the floor. And so I've learned this about Carl. Whenever he gets mad, starts spitting and taking off his glasses, it's because you're fucking up the show, right? His producer's senses are tingling. I wonder, Pinky confessed that the soft and vulnerable part of her, the part that we like, is the part that she's the least comfortable with. What do they always say? Even when Shamia did that shady word association game, when they said Shamia, she said TED Talk. She said Pinky always wants to give you a TED Talk about something.
Mm-hmm.
She's always talking. I think she naturally is more comfortable when she's bossing people around, TED Talking, doing Maya Angelou speeches nobody asked for, booking Montel Jordan for a show that nobody booked her for. Like, these are the producer muscles that she feels
Dustin, get Blue.
Dustin, look at the comment.
The Queen of Atlanta.
Queen of Atlanta.
The Queen of Atlanta.
Get
Stacey
Stacey
Abrams,
Abrams on the
baby.
show. Her and her boo.
Yes.
No, but seriously, she's comfortable in that kind of boss bitch thing. But I think to Carlos's point, the thing that we want to see the most, I think it's probably the thing that she wants to show us the least.
And Blue,
Carlos. She felt exposed. That scene that we loved, I think it made her feel like her pants were caught down around her ankles.
no, Blue, thank you for saying that, because the thing is, and if y'all ever watch my interviews with Claudia, Cynthia, Porsha, Nene, they would say to you that this version y'all seeing of me is how I am with my girls, because I when I see potential, so Pinky, listen, they're gonna say I try to drag you. I'm not. I see so much potential in you, Pinky, and I hope this part is the part that you actually watch. I feel like you're leaving so much on the table, because I literally said, ask them. The first few episodes, I'm like, y'all are stupid. She's everything. She's great. Y'all are whatever. I defended you. And
I was rooting for you. Okay, Tyra.
I was rooting for you. And now I'm like, you have Pinky, of all the girls on the show, Pinky has the most potential for personal story.
Yeah.
Because I'm fascinated by the power struggle that I know they have. I'm fascinated about like the dynamics of your man doing all those amazing things, and you're at a place in your life at that time where you're going through these struggles. I want to see more of that. My favorite scene with Pinky was her with her attorney, was her with her husband crying.
Yeah.
I thought that was, I'm like, oh my gosh, Pinky, you're everything. Like Pinky being producer, to me, she's too busy trying to produce her own story instead of saying, guys, I signed up to do this show. Y'all tell me what I need to do.
She gonna come back. She gonna hit you up. Or she gonna send you a voice message like she did Angela at that table. You know what? Actually, let me tell you something. That's what she gonna tell you.
Okay, and Pinky, we'll talk next season. Okay, one thing I want to get into is I thought it was a fun scene, guys. It was Drew hosting Phaedra, Porsha, and Cynthia at her home. This episode was good. It wasn't that much drama, but it doesn't always have to be. And I think this episode just showed us like the dynamics. And I thought Drew with the girls were hilarious. Question for you, Claudia, because you've been around them in person several times. Phaedra said that people always said that she looked like Naturi. Cynthia said, is this 2006 Phaedra or 2026 Phaedra? Because with this wig she has on, I don't see Naturi. Claudia, you've been around Phaedra in person. You're the best person to ask this question to. Do you think Phaedra and Naturi look alike?
Why are you setting me up again?
I literally wanted to ask you.
I have Tourette's when it comes to her. Like, it's hard for me to like not say the thing, right? Does she look like she looked like Dora the Explorer in this episode with the wig, with the ding, ding, you know, ding, 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 ding. That's what she was giving. I don't know. I think Phaedra has a different.
Blue is crazy.
What is this show? Y'all
Blue
just be saying wild.
camera shaking.
Go ahead, Claudia. You tried. Oh, you tried.
Phaedra did really good by offering free winning legal services. I think that was really awesome. I think that was great.
So you're sticking with the positives.
But does she look like Notori is the question, though, friend? Am I high? Like, did I miss the answer? I'm like, what this guy do with the fucking...
Hell no. She don't look like no goddamn... Phaedra don't look like no fucking Naturi Norton at all. She does not. Mm-hmm. And I believe
did I do good, you guys?
I didn't make when she sang that.
I didn't do it. I didn't go there.
No, you disappeared and then Dustin took over.
Aries brother Dustin took over. So Dustin,
what got it?
She don't look like no fucking Naturi. Don't look like Phaedra or Pinky.
Oh,
okay. Naturi don't look like neither one of them. Don't and Phaedra and Pinky don't look alike. None of them look alike. They all are pretty. None of them.
I think in Phaedra's mind, Phaedra really feels like she's like Naomi Campbell. In her mind, she had a modeling contract for a while. She was with Wilhelmina, I believe. You know, she's trying to do that fitness and everything. I think that's great. I think we should all aim for the stars. Like we should think highly of ourselves.
Aim for the stars.
Come on, Lou Rawls. Okay.
Listen, I'm trying to do better.
You did excellent. You did excellent. Blue to Luzma, I do want to ask you this question.
Yes, you should. You should think
during that scene, this one thing came up and Twitter went ablaze. Obviously, I want all of you guys to answer this. Let me start with Blue. Juisadora was recapping what was going on with K. Michelle and Shamia, and what happened in the previous episode where they all sat down, they left the table to sing the national anthem in the car. Juisadora said that Shamia brought up Porsha and kept wanting to talk about Porsha. The fans went crazy on Twitter because they said Drew was lying. And they felt that in this very moment, if that could slip through the cracks, they really are now saying, have we been giving Shamia a hard time? Because we do feel like now with Cynthia bringing up Shamia, Drew bringing up Shamia to Porsha, that are they the ones really trying to create an issue because Shamia did not bring up Porsha during that moment?
Well, first of all, I'm still stuck on what Notori was thinking when Pinky said, "You're gonna play me." because I'm sorry, what Dustin said is still stuck. You're right. That LA don't look nothing like you. I'm still stuck on that. But shout out to Notori. A check is a check. A win is a win.
Yes.
Shout out to my friend, to the friends of the show. I actually don't think Drew is lying. I'm actually wondering about the edit because I also caught when Shamia told Cynthia in that earlier scene, Drew kept on bringing up Porsha. So Shamia and Drew both agreed that Porsha came up a lot. And we didn't see that, which means the producers probably cut it out for redundancy or whatever else. So if both women are agreeing that Porsha came up a lot, but neither is agreeing who brought her up, I'm not sure we can say Drew is lying. Because they both agree she was brought up a lot and we didn't get to see it. Not to be semantical Sally, but that moment of Drew saying it and then Shamia saying it, I was like, everybody's saying Porsha, Porsha, Porsha. But I went back and watched the episode. All I saw is K. Michelle abandoning her bag to go find her an Uber. So we missed the Porsha of it all. So who are we to say that she's lying? Because clearly Portia's mentioned way more than we saw in the edit. That's my honest answer.
Dustin?
The problem is that Porsha is not being brought up by Shamia to Porsha, and Shamia is not being brought up by Porsha to Shamia. They need to talk to each other. And until they talk that shit out, they gonna keep bringing Porsha up because it's the elephant in the room. Everybody knows that they fucking hate each other right now, and nobody's talking about it. And since they refuse to sit down and talk it out or whatever, and I guess we're gonna get that in Scotland, which I can't wait to watch. But until that happens, their conflict and their disagreement is going to be brought up because they're all around each other. So let that go. People are going to bring it up. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 100% certain that they're both being told, people in the cast are being told to bring up Porsha to Shamia and bring up Shamia to Porsha. And that is what is happening on this show. Yeah. You get your notes before you go inside there. Hey, make your points, but make sure you bring up Shamia. Hey, make sure you bring up Porsha. And then it's cut to make it. I think both the ladies are trying to not talk about each other on camera, right? Because you see Porsha last week, kudos to her for saying, look, I'm going to excuse myself. That was another veteran move. I'm going to excuse myself out this scene. When you talk about my former best friend, I still think that was very good reality TV, high IQ to do that. Mm-hmm. Shamia has been trying to later in these episodes now to finally catch on and do that, where she's like, nope, I'm not talking about no, I'm not. She has done that a few times. Now, she hasn't been perfect at it. She still does engage sometimes, but I think that she's trying to do that. And then so I'm going to give both those ladies kudos for trying. And then you're right, Dustin, they need to be talking because all that is stirring the pot. You know, it's stirring the pot every single week. And then we can say, oh, we hate Shamia. So the whole hate Shamia train, because it looks like she's messy boots, bringing up Porsha all the time. When really, you see on this episode, I don't know. Maybe it's not what we think it is.
And in the spirit of season 6 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, bring their mamas to the reunion tambien. Bring your mama.
Thank you for mentioning that. I was about to talk about that. Yes.
Blue, I'm telling y'all, bring Porsha's mother and please bring Shamia's mother to the reunion.
It's the bottom
of it. Come out and sit out on that stage. Beats. Yes, please. Please. Yes.
And if you're watching Belle Collective, stay tuned because Carrie's mom and her husband Matt's mom, they get into it, and everything Dustin is saying is what he's right. I want to see both mothers. The thing is this: we know Miss Diane for 7 seasons. Porsha's been on the show, right?
Oh, mm-hmm. She's the prettiest mom of all the shows in my opinion.
Gorgeous, beautiful.
Diane's baddie, baby. Oh my baddie. And then we're learning more about Shamia's mother. I do agree with Dustin. I want to see that too. The biggest thing that happened this episode, by the way, I do have a note from Dennis McKinley.
What up, Dennis?
Oh, what's up, Dennis? Hot dog. Dennis.
So as we all know, recent news is Drew Sidora and Ralph Pittman's divorce is final. The custody, she has to give him child support. Ralph posted a message on his Instagram page where he shouted out Dennis saying, thank you for recommending the lawyer, which was a crazy move because we all know that Dennis is, his artist is Drew. So as a journalist, hey, Porsha, I wanted to get a statement from Dennis McKinley about that particular comment before we get into the scene between him and Porsha. And he gave me permission to read this to you guys based on how he felt being seen as being thrown under the bus by Ralph. He said that when it comes to Ralph, he did reach out to him and they had a private conversation. So he wanted us to know that, and that when it came to the Drew thing, when it came to Dennis referring Ralph an attorney, he already told Drew that he gave the referral, so it wasn't news to her, and that is what he wanted to clear up, that he wasn't trying to be shady. Drew knew about it, and that was that.
Okay.
Well, he should have gave that lawyer to Drew.
To Drew, yeah. The hell?
First of all, Ralph is a mess. Why would you even put that in your fucking caption? That don't have shit to do with Dennis and Porsha and their business and their affairs. Those are affairs between them that are personal and don't have nothing to do with the whatever you're celebrating in your message. And that would have pissed me the fuck off. I would have went down that basement and cussed his ass out. I'm telling you. So I didn't like that. That was stupid as fuck. This is all Ralph's fault. All of it.
He's very messy.
This is all his fault.
Speaking of messy, we got to get into Dennis bringing the engagement ring to give back to Porsha. Listen, y'all know this about me. I love it when our vets are surprised, right? Porsha was shocked that Dennis in his tight jeans.
They were so tight. Like he couldn't even cross his legs.
Brought out the ring. And I don't know if you guys noticed this because I know I'm too close to it because I know the girls. But the reason why I gave Kelly her 10s is because when you shock Porsha gives this look. Did y'all notice that? Like Porsha has a look when you know this is not what she expected. And she was visibly upset that Dennis not only said to her, right, that first of all, you got to be careful who you're dating. He knew the marriage wasn't going to work. He was just waiting for it not to work before he pretty much said, I told you so. And then he brought the ring to her today because she's been asking for it months ago. He gave it to her and all hell broke loose. Starting with you, Claudia, what did you think about that scene between Dennis and Porsha, which to me was like one of the realest scenes I've seen with Porsha since season 6.
It was nice to see her not be produced and not producing, and it made her be more like relatable. Like, and it made me think, damn, there's still a lot of love there left for Dennis. And has she been holding out for him to like repropose her? Yes. Yeah, the answer is yes. That's the love. That's who has our heart right there. And I was trying to at first when I was wondering, like, okay, was this real? Was the fake? Who am I mad at? Who's it? Then I'm like, okay, if I still cared about someone that proposed to me, and I really, in my deepest heart of hearts, I really want to be married to him. I want him to repropose to me. And you came and you threw the here you go, your ring back. I would want to fight him. That was very mean to do. That was mean. At first, I thought he's funny, he's entertaining, but that was kind of mean, especially if you know that this woman still holds a place for you in her heart, that she really does maybe still like want to be with you. And it seemed like they've had these conversations about bringing the ring back. And I feel like she wanted to be presented back to her, not in a way of like, well, might as well take your ring back, but in a different way. Like, I fighting for her. I think she wants Dennis to fight for her. I do. I thought it was kind of cruel. And I really felt for Porsha in that scene. I really did. And I don't even know why he did that to her. Because I do think he loves her too, but I don't know why he did that to her.
The viral moment, Claudia, he did that to her because she went viral for being on stage saying that she's dating right now, a he and a she, and it became a huge moment.
Yeah.
And his ego had it, because think about it, she's seen her with other people before, but this felt extra nasty after she made that announcement. And it starts with her saying, oh, I thought I was shouting them out by saying I whittled it down to my 2 faves, but I'm recognizing I pulled a Porsha and I didn't think about how it couldn't have been a shout out because now they're both finding out about each other. Then he shows up at the very last scene. Also, I saw that post too about you dating a woman and a man. And it's almost like you embarrassed me, so I want to embarrass you. It felt like a lick back. Because I've been I think we have this in common. I've been engaged before. And when you are someone who has been engaged to somebody, but you don't go through with it, there's always this feeling of, is there another version of reality where we actually ended up together? And I do agree with Claudia that you can tell that in that moment, it's almost like watching a Band-Aid being painfully ripped off of somebody. I think that moment is what freed her for her current relationship. I think it took him being that callous and that insensitive and that mean-spirited as a response to her making the announcement about her dating a he and a she, for her to be like, oh, I have to let this go. I don't ever want him to make me feel like this ever again. Because the ring being given back to women in particular, it signals that the last bit of hope is dead. That was a funeral. We just watched a funeral of a relationship on camera. And for you to bury our relationship with the cameras rolling?
It's mean. And it also made me give her more grace and actually more empathy for Porsha. It was some of the moves that she's made that made her look kind of like fast, off the chain, a mess, like all over the place with dating this one. She's trying to replace that love. She's her
end game.
She wants Dennis. So like, you got to try to make your ex jealous by jumping in something with somebody else. That Simon thing, she wasn't feeling Simon like that. That was to get back at Dennis. Because didn't he say right before she got with Simon that they were talking about getting back together?
Yeah. And she said in December you were supposed to apply more pressure and you didn't.
Yes.
That's why she said in response to me saying I'm dating 2 people, you didn't apply pressure in December when you told me you were going to. So I kept on dating and met these 2 people. She's been waiting on that man and he picked the worst possible way to bury it in front of
She
her.
wanted him to come. She wanted him to come get her, especially after he broke her heart cheating when she was pregnant. She wants him to come get her the right way, and he was on some. He diminished that in that moment. I thought that was mean.
That was hurtful.
Dustin Ross.
Dennis showing that, giving that ring to Porsha on camera forces them to talk about them getting back together. Basically, Dennis and Porsha are co-parents, so they can function as co-parents and never entertain the idea of them getting back together. But him presenting her with that ring on camera forces the conversation, and I think that's what his intention was. I don't think he was trying to hurt her feelings. I just think that he wasn't emotionally intelligent enough to understand that it would trigger her in that way, and the memories would therein hurt her feelings. And also, Dennis know better than that. He's from Detroit, and he should have had a haircut.
Yeah,
At least, if you're gonna broach the subject, you could have had a lineup, Dennis, and you know better because I didn't seen you with a lineup. You just had one at the conference. I seen you at a couple weeks ago, so you knew you was gonna film. I think it was a last minute thing, and I think it may have been motivated by that commentary she had at CultureCon. Which shout out to CultureCon. I had a great experience moderating on that stage, so I love CultureCon and the team over there. But that's what that was. Dennis loves Porsha, and Porsha loves Dennis.
Yeah,
they got
The
a
question I have for the
beautiful.
three, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
No,
That's all
finish
right. Go
that.
ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the question I have for the three of y'all, and y'all can answer at once or whomever. Based on this scene alone, do you think Porsha and Dennis both are in love with each other?
Yes. Now
Yes.
here's the thing. Dennis fucked up and he embarrassed Porsha by cheating on her while she was pregnant. And that is something that is very hard for people to get over. And the humility element, he's a great father to their daughter. Their daughter is well adjusted, thriving, and beautiful. So he's definitely handling his business as a dad. I think that the humility element is what we don't see. And he needs to grovel if he wants to get Porsha back, because she flat out said in this episode, in a perfect world, yes, I would love for me and Dennis to get back together and be together. Make the world perfect, nigga.
I think Porsha is in love with Dennis. I think Dennis loves Porsha. But if you're in love with someone, I don't know about cheating on them and embarrassing them on TV like that time after time. Like, I don't know about that, you know. But I think he has a lot. I think he loves her as much as he probably is capable of. But I do think that they do still want each other. I do.
Yeah, I think this is tricky because this one feels like something I go through way more than I would like. I think that Porsha's in love with Dennis, and Dennis loves Porsha as a person and is in love with how much she's in love with him. There are some men, because think about Porsha. Porsha is a unicorn who a lot of men want. And I think there's a part of Dennis that is very flattered and emboldened by the fact that the girl that everybody wants me.
Ooh.
And I care about her.
Yeah.
And she's a great mother. And I admire her, which is why I can easily let her marry another dude in X, Y, and Z. But don't embarrass me too much because my ego still gets stroked knowing that I'm the one that you ultimately want. And I think that when Porsha said, and this broke my heart because I relate to this too much, and they even had the flashback, shout out to the producers and the editors. She said, what do you mean? I damn near came to get you. I picked the ring. I'm the one who said, let's be together. I was the one making plans, right? A lot of men, and Claudia, I know you can relate to this. When they see the woman that nobody can get, say, I want you, nigga, use it. There's a high that comes from that that's not love, it's attachment and ego. That gets conflated for love when it's attachment tethered to fondness and co-parenting. I think he cares for her as a person, but I think the only person who was ever in love was Porsha, which is why to Dustin's point, he's thinking strategically, like you're meant to stroke my ego. You made me look stupid at CultureCon talking about you got a he, a she, a they, and the others. I'm going to do this little lick back to force you to admit how much you want me on camera. Oh shit, you're in love with me though, now you're crying. I didn't bet on this. I didn't even get a haircut for this. Let me dip on out and pull my pants up. Like, when you like somebody but are not in love with them, you make those reckless mistakes because you move without intention. And so Porsha didn't want him to grovel. She wanted him to finally be intentional. And ladies, I'm going to tell you the thing my therapist told me last week, child. He likes you, but not enough to do anything about it.
Yeah, he's not going to change. He's not going to change. He
doesn't like you enough to change. He doesn't like you enough to do anything. There are men in this world who like you, just not enough. And
the way he threw that ring would have pissed me the hell off. The way he like with that big ass ring, and how you just was so cavalier about it, and was just like, Here you go, your little ring back.
He's
What?
He's not,
she should have put hands on him like she did Kenya. That's what I would drag him in that scruffy ass beard.
Talking about Dennis, when my earring fall out.
Dennis, he was wrong for that, Dennis. That was and then wrong. Some people in the comments saying, is it real? Was it fake? I think it was real. And she looked genuinely hurt.
That was 100. As somebody who knows her and worked with her, there was she looked shocked. She cried on the spot. That's why they kept in the behind the scenes moment. She wasn't talking to her assistant Lauren when she said, "Did you know about this?" She was talking to the producers like, "Did you want to set me up?"
Yeah,
that's what she was talking to. Like
that was real.
And I know Porsha. Let's be clear. Porsha cussed their asses out because in her mind she thought like, "Y'all set me up in my own house with this motherfucker doing this to me." And I think Dennis, I didn't think about this, and I don't want to ask Dennis about the Porsha thing because that's just too much. I do believe, I didn't think about this until y'all said it, as women, that perhaps he definitely was offended when she went on Culture Con and said, "I'm dating a woman and a man." And I think there is,
and neither one of them was him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I think I could definitely see that, and I think Blue's right. I do think, in some weird way, what Dennis just did drove her more to Sway.
Absolutely.
And
they keep getting licks back every time one of them starts liking someone else too.
Mm-hmm.
And Sway hair be lined up.
Oh shit!
Well, she should refer her barber
to Dennis.
So, Dennis to be having this shit together. It was off day. You know what I'm saying?
Dennis cheats on Porsha. Porsha goes marry Simon. She breaks up with Simon. He's house. Wait a few. They dangles the ring. Maybe we're gonna get together. Then he messes that up, and she runs this way. And the other guy, he's a non-factor. The actor guy,
Mike Bless. Yeah, I think.
He got his IMDb page up. He's happy.
Yeah.
That Mossonite chain. You tried it with that chain. You know, I'm a diamond.
What type of chain was it?
Mossonite.
Mossonite, man grown, lab grown.
Look at it.
We wouldn't.
A diamond tester, it will test positive, but it's not.
We ain't know about it.
I see it.
Well, there you go. But no, I thought this was a great episode. Shout out to the team. Looking forward to next week. So as we make our rounds, Dustin, you are on tour and you have a show this Friday.
I'm so excited. Hell yeah. Friday on Juneteenth. I'm performing in Philly. Come see me, pull up. Last chance to get them tickets. DustinRossLive.com. It's right there on the thing. You know what I'm saying? It's on the thing. It's been there all night. DustinRossLive.com. Go get your tickets. I'll also be in Boston. I'll be in St. Louis. I'll be in Chicago. I'll be in Atlanta, and I'll be in Nashville. And there's 2 Atlanta shows. So get in where you fit in. I'm on the road all of July, but we kick things off this Friday in Philly, and we're going to have a time. Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Claudia?
It's slow this week. What am I doing?
No, it doesn't have to be popping every week now. Please.
I know it doesn't. Yeah,
appreciate the slowness sometimes.
This is last year was every single day, and this year I'm like, I think I'm gonna go do some gardening today.
Oh, nice.
I'm working on my garden, my cat. Accidentally informed on Wednesdays, and that's it for the week. Oh, we didn't get to that other topic with the Drew and Nene thing, but okay.
That's okay.
Ciao. It's
next week.
Yeah.
That guy.
My bad. Blue Talusma.
You guys can find me on YouTube on Blue Centric Live. We're doing Love Island deep dives about the emotional intelligence lessons that you can learn from watching. Give each other mono. So yes, we have an interesting a way of looking at Love Island that's different than other people. Y'all can just imagine. So that's Blue Centric Live on YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. They sent me a racing jacket.
I saw that.
It was so nice. And it's red though. I want to give it to an Aries. It's so red. I'm like, my name is Blue. But shout out to YouTube. I'm going to Google next week. I'll let you guys know how that goes because I have a thing with them. And if you want to sign up for my emotional intelligence class, go to fall26.eventbrite.com. And Carlos, I shut down my website in January. The website's coming back next month. We will be having readings and stuff. I gotta prepare myself.
Can we do a part 2 of my reading live of the raindrops? Okay,
but you have to give consent because this time I'm not gonna have the brakes on like last time.
I give you consent. It's fine.
Okay. I just, I always have to repeat it because my spirit guys be blunt.
Even about your love life, Carlos?
Yeah.
Okay, I heard the phone. That was God calling. Shout out to Sky Daddy.
I know.
So fall26.eventbrite.com, but go to bluecentricshop.com and put your name in the email section because the minute we open, I'm sending out an email blast. So don't even ask me. It's going to be in the email. So go to bluecentricshop.com.
And she's really good. Raindrops. So I'm dropping an interview tomorrow.
Who?
With who?
Who is
I'm
it?
interviewing a housewife.
Black or white?
Okay.
She's black.
Okay. As her series currently airing.
That was the question, yeah.
Oh, well. Yes.
Is it Pinky?
I think he finally got Porsha. That's what I think.
Is it Porsha?
Look at how he's smiling. I
did Porsha. First of all, I'm mad at you too. I did Porsha.
No, he did
last
Porsha
month.
already.
Month
Porsha
ago.
was viral.
Huh? Oh yeah, that's right.
Porsha.
My bad. I forgot. I forgot. My bad.
That's
Blame
okay.
I would love Angela now. You know I have a thing for child.
But he did Angela already too. That's right.
Okay, Michelle.
Nah, bitch. What?
Phaedra?
Candy.
Does she use her words or her faces? Answer that. Is it a words girl or a faces girl?
Words.
Oh, so then it's not Phaedra.
Is she still on? Is the show that she was on?
That's
airing,
it. That's
or
enough.
Is she a cast member?
I think Pinky or Kelly? Pinky or Kelly?
Or is it Giselle? Because Giselle did a cameo, so technically.
More. He was shut down for the week, and we would have today off for him.
He already did Drew Sidora.
He did Drew. He did Candace. He did
Kelly.
It's either Kelly or Pinky. That's my guess.
Okay, so your guess is Kelly or Pinky. Okay, that's Blue, because I love that when I announce it the next day. First of all, I tell you all the time, the raindrops immediately respond with like, who got it right? Okay, so final answer, Blue, your guess is
Kelly or Pinky.
Claudia Jordan, your guess is
You already did K Michelle. Did you talk to K Michelle before? Too?
I have not interviewed K
That'd
Michelle.
be good if it was K Michelle.
You still haven't?
I've never interviewed K Michelle for the podcast.
So it's not her. Okay, so it's
No. Meaning no. You're asking if I've done her before. I haven't done K Michelle before.
What?
I think it's I think it's Kelly.
Okay.
We have
final answer.
I hope it's Candy, but I know it's not. But I'm gonna say Kelly or K Michelle. If it's somebody who's currently on cast.
You said they use their words.
Britt Edie. Would you do Britt Edie?
Words.
Oh yeah, Britt would be.
Britt uses her nose. She talks to her nose, so she doesn't use her words.
Ooh, I wonder who it is.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe Eva.
Though.
Eva is good. Was it Eva?
Is she an OG or a new girlie?
I'm not. No, that was it. There was no more guesses. All the guesses are out.
And Eva's doing press right
Black
now.
Housewife, who
maybe it is Eva.
Carliano. You said Carliano, right?
There's only two Black Housewife shows, so it's not a lot to choose from.
That's true.
Mia.
Girl, he better hide his wallet. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
No Mia slander will be tolerated.
Karen Huger.
All right. So that will be dropping tomorrow at noon.
Not Robin Dixon.
What I will say is this person gave me 2 hours of their time.
K Michelle.
Kelly or K Michelle or Pinky. They all talk.
I think Pinky's
and answered every question, and
all 3 of them fit.
There's surprise guests who appear.
Did she cry?
Wait, what?
Yes.
K Michelle.
Yes. She did cry, and there's surprise guests who appear during our conversation.
Not Mary Cosby, Lord.
I don't know who the fuck it is this week. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Angel? This is hard. Okay, good. Okay.
Well, you're being stingy with the hints. You're usually more generous.
Do they look like Naturi?
They look like Naturi, allegedly. Promises, allegedly.
I also forgot side dishes on 5 days a week. I forget I do that every single day. So
You do that every day. Every day.
Man. I'm tired.
That's okay. That's okay. So raindrops, I'm dropping that tomorrow at noon, and we will see who got it right this week because y'all guessed Lunel last week.
Did somebody say it? Woes.
And the week before that, y'all did guess Durand. So
I did.
Dustin had Durand. All three of y'all think said Lunel last week.
So did we guess it this week?
You'll know tomorrow. That's the fun.
We want to know tonight. Did we guess it this week?
We said a lot of names.
We said tomorrow. No, that's not fun, Dustin.
Well, you usually tell us if we at least said it. No, don't add no new stuff. You usually tell us if we actually hit it.
We said a lot of names. We said like
I know, but I feel like that spoils it.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, okay. We said it then. We said it. Okay.
We said so many names though.
I know we did. We said everybody.
Not your Monica Clark. Okay. So that's tomorrow, raindrops on YouTube. And listen, I do want y'all raindrops. Sit and watch the entire interview.
Right.
Not that y'all don't, but I'm just saying watch it because it's a pretty not lengthy, like I said, it's 2 hours, but it's a good one.
All right.
It's a lengthy interview that Kirk.
Text me who it is. Love y'all, raindrops.
I have special privileges. I have his phone number. I'll text him. All right, so love you guys. Love you, Dustin, Claudia.
Love y'all.
I'm Blue, and I will see you guys next week.
Bye, raindrops.